Hello and welcome to the Adventure Archive. My name is Ryan, and I'm going to be your dungeon master tonight as we continue our adventures in the Dark Kingdoms. With me, we have Matt as Victor of the Caldera, the human death cleric. Jess as Dariana Bloodright, the elf-marked Seraphage sorceress. Jason as Cutter the Faceless, the Darecool rogue duelist. And Eric as Sylvester the Dhampir Warlock with his imp familiar Annie. Looks a little bit different now. We're gonna have to tweak that. Andy, who plays Beatum Doppelbrain, will not be with us again this evening. So he is currently doing what he does in a new city, finding the substances that he seeks. We get a "don't do drugs" in the chat, please.
Yeah, kid.
At first, I thought that was like a in real life comment.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
He's working. That's what he does.
Yeah.
He's doing
Six
this change
12s.
diapers and work.
Thank you so much for continuing that sub, Ducky. Appreciate that. Can we get a Ducky in the chat? Ducky is a wonderful streamer, a great dude, and he is also in our Morkborg game that kicks off its first session tomorrow. Oh shit. We're already
gotta bless for Jess.
Gotta boost it.
Yep. So let me, I need to mute some shit. Yeah. All right. Let me bring up I always forget to do this, to bring up the overlay.
Oh man, for Eric got one.
Cracking. Could we get
TGT?
Hell yeah. Could we get, yeah, of course a TGT. But could we also get just an XP in the chat?
Yeah.
The people that are all right, people. All right. Someone keep track. Someone keep track. Thank you so much. Thank you for dropping all the stuff on these people. So it's harder for me to kill them.
Oh, Janelle.
So starting from the top. Oh, I have no music playing.
Yeah, you do. I hear it.
Well, I personally, I had the whole thing on
you
mute.
personally. Gotcha.
Me personally. So, for those that do not know, we have Banes, which basically you can cast spells on the party, and we use D&D spells: Bane, Bless, Shield, False Life. Banes help me. I can roll a D4 on a player's roll to reduce that. Blesses help the players. We can get some Banes and Blesses in the chat. I gotta stop this. And
well, I think we need to, Ryan. Your next game needs to be a Western. That's what needs to happen.
I got Casket Land. It's gonna be a thing.
There you go. Then you can bring out the pistols anytime with that.
All hand crossbows next episode. Pew pew.
What else was it saying? Shields and stuff like that. So when you see the overlay, the gray for me is Banes, the yellow is the player Blesses, the purple is the player Shields, and the blue and red are the blue and red cards, which if we get an exclamation point luck in the chat, it is the Nord Games luck deck, which the players can earn on non-combat 20 and 1 rolls, crit fails and crit successes, except you can't crit fail in success ability checks. But anyway, so let me catch up. What did it start with? It started with Gilded Staff giving a bless to Jess.
Thank you.
Edit settings back to double digits for you. Don't forget to use these. Steph also dropping some biddies for Eric. Thank you so much. So.
Oh, you got a Bane.
Yes.
Janelle, how dare you?
I know.
Yeah. So that was for Eric.
Oh,
another
Bane.
Shield. Janelle
Ryan.
with a shield.
Cisco Kid is my DM buddy up in the Bay Area,
Ryan.
and he loves
nice.
he loves watching you. Yeah.
Oh well, thank you. That's a shield for Eric, so he's up to 4 shields. Don't forget to use these guys. Let me get down here. Wait a minute. Spasiva, roll fingers. That's right. A 1 for those finger guns, Jess. Damn it. Bane for me. Cool. Double Banes for me. And then I think I'm caught up. Thank you all so much for dropping all of those, for helping me. You don't have to help them so much. Oh my god, this might be the first time I've had double-digit bans. That means I gotta use them. Cisco dropping another bane, or did I get that one already? No, that's another bane.
Another.
He's definitely wanting you to kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Janelle gave you one, and then Cisco too.
Did it once, I can do it again.
Yep.
Gotta support the evil DM. Yeah.
There you go. Rip the players. R.I.P. Evil's in the chat. So welcome to the Adventure Archive. Welcome to the Dark Kingdoms. This is the Midgard setting. I don't even think I finished the intro. Let's finish the entire intro. The Dark Kingdoms takes place in the Midgard setting, which is published by Kobold Press. So you will notice some differences in some of the races, classes, features, and whatnot. Also, please be aware this is an Evo campaign containing evil-aligned characters in a dark fantasy setting, and as such may not be suitable for some audience. Graphic descriptions of gore, murder, mutilation, and torture are fairly common. We laugh a lot. It also gets super, super dark. If you are not into that, we'd love you to stick around. This may not be the best thing for you. So just please be aware beforehand. Yes, so you guys are currently in Seawall, which is in the Southlands, after traveling on the Shadow Road for 6 days, covering 2,500 miles. When you came out, you've made your way through Seawall, through the markets, to the Gravebinders at the Grand Necropolis of Seawall. The Grand Necropolis is what you see on the map right now. And to the far left, where it says Hall of the Gravebinders, you met with one of the matrons of one of the families of the Gravebinders, and her name is in my notes.
Farah Hijati.
Farah Hijati. Good job. And she basically said to you guys, the reason you went there in the first place is you lost the Archduke once again. The last royal blood of the fallen kingdom of Krakovar, which for some reason is important in some ritual to a splinter faction of ghouls within the Ghoul Imperium. And that ritual could shake the foundations of Midgard. And various oracles, and also your boss, Lucan, the vampire ruler of Morgau, has told you, don't let that happen. You were sent to Seawall because there was a high priestess that said that they might have a way for you to walk amongst the undead in the Ghoul Imperium, since 1.5 of you could potentially do that now, and the rest need to be able to. When you met with Farah Hijati, she said that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but she does have what amounts to a family heirloom, a Book of the Dead, that should be able to help you in the way you need to be helped. But she is not willing to give that to you unless you help her. A little, what's the word I'm looking for?
Quid pro quo.
Yeah.
Quid pro quo. Yeah. The help she needs is that in the Grand Necropolis, there is a law of the land, a system that's been in place for a long time. The Gravebinders bury the dead during the day, and the undead are allowed to roam at night. But they have not been respecting that law, and the undead have been plaguing and attacking the necropolis during the day for some reason, and she wants you to figure it out and stop it. So, did I miss
Brian
anything?
got a shield too, by the way. Yeah, Brian.
Yeah,
got
Brian.
Brian doesn't get shields.
He's so
Brian
wholesome.
doesn't get shields.
I get a shield for Bri.
For Brian, yeah.
But you have to use it for Brian then. All right.
So the one
Of
thing
course, I
the
care about
bonus shield?
Brian more than Dariana.
the one thing, I don't know if this matters, Ryan, but we met a guy named Gamal who's pretty sad at the Tavern of Many Humps.
Yes, you basically heard the story of the Ilya family. The Ilya family is an important family in Seawall, and there is a rumor, basically a story you heard from a street. Don't start that today. There's a rumor you heard.
I was trying to be clean.
Yeah, there's a rumor you heard that it somehow involves his family, and after seeking him out, with some potential misperceptions for much of the conversation, you learned the story of the Ilya family, and that basically, at some point recently, they had gone to their tomb and tried to trap a powerful entity in it, and did not make it out alive. So the troubles that are happening within the Grand Necropolis, some of Seawall is blaming it on the Ilya family. But after discussing with one of the surviving Ilya family members, you found out that just a few months ago, some figures had shown up to him, and in a way that he was unable to in a way that he was unable to stop. They got information from him on how to access the Ilya family tomb. Chat's going off the rails already. Going off the rail already. Off the rails.
This time we can blame Steph.
Steph best humper, apparently. It's canon. It's canon. So.
I mean,
we
didn't
have a
roll
Jables.
very high at the beginning, so it was nice to see a high roll.
Gotcha. So, I hope I didn't miss anything.
You get more Banes.
That seems to be.
Oh, more Banes, Ryan.
There you go. It's Ryan
Oh my
Love
gosh.
Night.
Oh my gosh.
People knew that you needed the boost.
It's because of all these humps.
One Bane.
Don't finish the song, Ryan. Don't
I
do
know.
it. Resist.
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 I did it once and I'm over it.
I think we all finished it in our heads.
Oh yeah.
We of course we did.
Join us. Join us.
So, as I was chatting away, catching everyone up on where we are in the campaign, did I miss anything else besides humps, people sucking at humping, Steph being the best humper, Jables coming in hot?
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Rolled a 1. I don't think Jables has a 1 for humping.
We don't want to know why you know that.
So, when we finished the last session, you, I believe, had got rooms in, I believe it's called the Six Humps Tavern.
I mean, that's many.
Yeah.
It is quite a few humps. Gosh, I have all these notes and I don't know where they start. There it is. So, as night descended upon a seawall and you all made your way to your rooms within the, is it 6 humps? I want to say it's 6.
I believe it is.
It might
6.
be 7. Are you sure it's not?
It was 6 in the note.
It's 6. Then it's 6.
Oh, bless for Sylvester.
Hashtag bless for Eric.
All right.
Because he maintained his dignity.
Oh, and then
He
talk
didn't
about
fall.
humps.
Yeah.
Partake in the humping.
Yes.
He didn't partake.
Which is interesting
in
because
the
that's not
humping.
Sylvester's way.
To not partake in the humping?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Off screen.
Yeah. Night
30
descends.
minutes in, this is going great.
30 minutes in, I feel like 20 minutes of it is just been humping.
That's what she said.
Oh, God.
This is an evil campaign, guys.
All right.
Just so the chat knows.
Okay.
We have fun though. You
So
can
it's
have
night.
fun and be evil. You can have fun and be evil.
Right.
The night passes uneventfully unless there's something that you all would like to do.
One thing I'd like to do is, because I don't know that they've seen Annie since she changed.
Oh, no.
Okay. So I want to do a quick introduction so they don't freak out. So, say, by the way, everybody, Annie's gone through a bit of a change, and I bring her back because I dismissed her as soon as I got back with the party. So I'll bring her out, and she's basically beat-em sized now, right?
She's basically beat-em sized. Annie,
A half a metric dude.
fact,
Wait,
gone
what?
through a change.
Oh.
Dang, dude.
Wait, we
That's
can
awesome.
see her?
She's got a weapon. Oh, yeah.
You can
Hey.
That's so cool. Oh,
So she a little bit larger. Won't be as great of a scout. She can't go invisible to shape change, but a little bit better in a fight.
How much bigger is she going to get?
Well, I don't know. This was basically a sort of a promotion, I guess, for a job well done. I'm very proud of her.
Hmm.
And yeah, I just didn't want anybody freaking out when they saw her.
fun.
And
Well,
I'm gonna let her go for
Congratulations, I guess.
the night. Yeah.
Annie?
So I'm gonna let her go for the night to enjoy her newfound power. Tell her to lay low because she can't turn invisible or anything. And if she kills anybody, make sure it's of no importance and she isn't seen. And let her go celebrate a little bit.
That's awesome.
And that's
Last two kind of like stream things before we continue to dig deep into actual D&D. Is the pictures like this a lot easier than doing the handout pop out thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. I think someone had mentioned that Andy does it, and I was just like, yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. Also, for those that notice, some of the people in the chat now have the 6-month badge. We have, and I just realized this the other day, we have been doing this now. We've been affiliate for 6 months, which just blows my mind. I can't believe we've been doing it as long as that. So thank you. I think Janelle has one and some other people have one, but yeah, so. And what we also discovered right before chat, this is episode 18 on stream, which is 48 for us in the total campaign. 2 sessions from now will be our 50th session, 20 of which will be on stream. We're almost catching up to as much on as off. So you have met Annie, the new and improved Annie. And if no one else would like to do anything else this evening at the Six Humps Tavern, the night will go by uneventfully. And as morning approaches, as the sun begins to rise on the horizon of the desert around the city of Seawall, what are you all doing?
I'm going to go downstairs and get breakfast. 'Cause-
Victor is very familiar with Sylvester's breakfast habits and joins him as well. Looking forward to catch up on where you've been, my friend.
Is anybody else coming down or?
Yeah, I'm coming down, still piqued by the raw camel meat I had the previous night.
Ah,
Peaked.
Oh yeah, it was really good, wasn't it?
that's
yeah,
right.
It was.
Oh yeah, you rolled to see how good it was, and it was delicious, right?
Yeah, it was.
It was tartare.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was basically, yeah, you ordered like a big giant plate of raw meat, and at one point heard like a scream in the back of the tavern, and there was a big steaming plate of fresh camel that was brought out to you. Did you eat all of it, or is there some left?
No, there's some left. I didn't eat all of it.
Okay.
Because I thought we were gonna bring it to somebody, right?
The Sphinxes.
No, I think that's what
Yeah.
everybody thought.
Yeah.
The reason I ordered it for, but I didn't. I ordered just
Oh.
for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
you're welcome.
I ate it all then,
All right.
graciously.
I'll go down too.
So when we get downstairs,
So-
how busy is the street?
The street at this hour? It depends. Do you guys think you would have risen with the sun or slept in a little bit?
Probably a little bit because I think we're trying to get more on a or on evening schedule, but probably not a lot because we got shit we got to do too. I don't know. What do you guys
Okay.
think?
We're pretty sure we want to kill undead during day when they're not on their schedule. Yes?
Right, but yeah, I don't know. Up for debate. I mean, yes.
So you guys
and-
sleep in a little bit,
Yeah.
but not too late. Let's call it like 8. Let's call it
Okay.
breakfast time, but not like early bird. By this time, the streets are beginning to bustle already. You are kind of in like a large kind of market area, like a
Right.
market town. So the stalls are set up as the sun rises. So at this point, it's definitely not peak, but it's definitely the streets definitely have a number of people on them.
Okay, so I'm gonna find a table, order some food, but then I want to look outside, and I want to see if I can see if any of those what did you call them? The
Sphinx.
no, those the urchins, the little street urchins run around that were picking everybody's pockets and trying to get away with stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you sit and watch long enough, you'll see one.
Okay,
You know, it's
when
like sitting on the dock on a lake. Eventually, you're going to see a little fish go by.
Okay.
And you see one of these. You know, they're constantly working their way through people.
Right. So gonna try and like just wave a coin. Get the attention of one when they come by. If I can.
Why don't you roll me? Why don't you roll me just a charisma check?
Gladly.
You can add let's say persuasion. I'm sure it's like a plus 18, but and I'm gonna go ahead and first bane of the night.
Bane it!
Yeah.
Bane.
Bane fingers. You could just call them Bane fingers, and then that way.
But it's not always just for the bane. I don't know why I'm doing it. I
Oh.
literally don't do it in any other aspect of my life.
There you go.
But as soon as we start streaming, I'm like,
20.
so
Yeah.
18, still plenty. Let me mark off that bane real quick. Back down to single digits. 9 is my favorite number though. So yeah, at one point, one of them is kind of like has their eye on someone's pouch as they're like walking forward. You can tell. You know, kind of pretending not to really notice. And right as they're kind of reaching in, they get a glance at you and just see this coin kind of in your fingers, and you're watching them. And they just like stop.
I'll drop a voice in their head that says, "Come here."
And then the voice drops in too, and they're taken aback by it. But you see them kind of like at that coin. And then they just like and walk over to you.
So I'm gonna hold out the coin and say, "Nothing to fear. What's your name?"
Son of a bitch.
Sorry.
My name's not important. What do you want?
Good for you. I'm slowly handing him the coin. Say, "I want you to gather up a couple of your friends and come back here, and I have more work and more coin for you." And I hand him the coin.
And he just is it a gold coin? What kind of coin is this?
Yep, it's a gold.
And what do you want me to do?
Go get some friends. I don't know, 7, 8 friends, and come back here. I'm having breakfast, and you can make even more.
More of this.
Yes.
Okay. And he just darts off into the crowd.
I'm gonna go back and have my breakfast and hope he comes back.
Random name generator.com.
How's the
Bad.
sun out there, Sylvester?
How was the
Bright
sun
as
out there?
ever.
It is indeed bright as ever.
So it's oppressive, if is what the sun is.
That is what I feared.
I agree. So as you continue to have your breakfast, unless you order anything specific, it's just what the house makes for breakfast, which probably has some camel in it. About 15 minutes later, the child that you sent off with the gold piece comes back with about 4 other people.
So I see him at the door. I'll walk out the door because I assume they don't come in.
So again, so to describe the 6 humps, it's kind of like an open space, and then it's just pillars in between. So it's very wide open on 3 sides, and then what in the mornings and overnight, what happens is basically these large, thick canvas, is covered over those walls, and in the morning they just roll those up. So it's very breezy and very, very open. But yeah, they're kind of standing, near one of those pillars on like the main front area. With, like I said, the whole wall is open. It's just pillars. And yeah, they're kind of huddled against the corner one in the front.
Okay. So I'll go over to him. I'm like, well, so there's a total of 4. He brought 4 friends, so there's 5.
He brought 4 friends, so there's a total of 5.
Okay. Like, well, all right, 5 of you will do. And I'm going to give them each a silver right off the bat. Bing, bing, bang. So that's -5 silver. And then, so I assume you all know this town far better than I do. There's a couple people I'm looking for, and I was hoping you might be able to help me find them. The first is Gamal Ilya. I'm sure you're all familiar with who he is. And I look at them to see if they acknowledge.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. And these are just the silvers to whet your appetite. As your friend here knows, there's gold in my pouch as well. Find me Gamal Ilya and come back and tell me where he's at. After that, I'll pay you. And then I'd like to find Golomesh, the gravedigger.
Well, I mean, we're in the Southlands. Can't go Cockney. Well, Golomesh is very easy to find.
Well, then I've come to the
He's
right
in the
place.
necropolis. He has a shack in the necropolis, and it's literally like a gravedigger shack. You just walk in.
Okay, so rule number 1, you should have acted like it was more difficult to find him. But thank you for the information. So go find me Gamal, and can any of you read and write?
No.
No. Okay. Go find me Gamal.
Okay. What? Are we supposed to bring him to you, or just tell you where he is, or what? I don't.
Find out where he is, and I will go to him.
Okay. We can do that. Right. All right. And they run off into the crowd. Also, thank you, Horrible Tomato, for the Bane. Thank you, L2, for the Bane. And there was a bless as well for Sylvester. We can get some bless and Banes in the chat. That'd be wonderful. Thank you, guys. We should be. That should look correct. Yep. Oh no. So, how much time are you going to spend waiting for them to come back, or did you want to go about?
Well, I was going to go back and eat my breakfast and talk to the others about what we want to do.
Sylvester, you seem very interested in teaching children how to read and write. Are you starting school here in Seawall?
Well, I don't know. We were once like them, young, aspiring ne'er-do-wells. So I figured, toss them a bone, help them out a little bit.
You definitely did not grow up among Calder. It was not like that at all.
No, nor
Those
is it
gnomes
for...
are sons of bitches.
Yeah. And I'm sure their life's not easy, but they could grow up to be just like us if they have the right guidance.
You make a good point, my friend.
Aspirations.
Exactly. Aspiring young ne'er-do-wells. So, I want to, Dariana, you're downstairs as well?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to talk to you because, so I think your friend from last night has more information that we need to get. And I was thinking
Probably
perhaps, yes, I was thinking perhaps you could tell him you could help him with his problem. That
Okay.
you and some of your friends could solve his issue. He's obviously despondent, thinks the city hates him, so maybe we solve his problem and he repays us with a favor down the road. But we need to know more. We need to know, what's this entity? Is there a ritual? I don't know what the fuck it is that he's done or helped somebody else do.
Okay, I suppose he could tell us what it is. If he knows.
If he knows. He's not very bright.
No.
But even if not, we tell him we fix it and we'll give him credit if he does something for us.
I like that plan.
All right, well, hopefully the urchins find him.
Must be hard to find.
No,
He'll
I
probably
don't
be
think it'll
here.
be very hard to find, but it saves us going around asking everybody.
Yes.
So that's what I've got.
Okay.
You always have a plan.
Yeah. Sometimes.
What do you think about perhaps we get another order of what you bought for Cutter last night? Take to Sphinx. Sounded like they give information for meat.
What's all about the Sphinx? That's not a bad idea.
Was it humps of a Mikami?
You know, I
Sorry.
don't know. Is that this delicious dinner we are having here now for breakfast? I've heard about this.
I have
Seawall sausage.
Seawall sausage. Sure.
I think-
So, I'll order up some more raw meat.
And while they're talking about this, Victor goes and gets a picture of that, the sangria kind of stuff, because he does not like the taste of camel. He's eaten a lot of dog
Okay.
and horse in his day, and then, would you like drink, Cutter?
If
You seem in
Did you say you've
we
eaten
find anything
horses?
back there that bleeds,
When forced to, he's eaten horses, not
Gotcha.
intentionally.
Gotcha.
Because they try not to waste anything.
Yeah, I thought you
Gotcha,
like
gotcha, gotcha,
loved
gotcha.
horses, right?
They're his
Say they're your brothers.
They are his brothers.
I mean, you eat
Chemical.
people, so it's not like it's. So, as you guys are doing this, ordering up some more camel, it's the urchins have not come back. You're not sure when or if they're going to. Do you want to wait? Do you want to leave some type of message or directions, or did you want to move on, or do you want to just kind of spend the morning hanging out here at the Six Humps Tavern?
Your sound is off, Eric.
My bad. So I was thinking I'd give them maybe an
Eat some
hour,
chat.
hour from when I sent them off. Finish breakfast. We get ready. And go from there.
Yeah, I think it's
So
probably better.
after
to
an
wait.
hour, I'd probably leave a message if they're not back yet.
Okay. Yeah. After that time, at this point, they're still not back.
Okay, where do we want to go? We can go try and find
I-
Goldamesh.
I believe that the Sphinx is right across the street from Farah's home, where the
Okay.
hall is, the Hall of Gravebinders. Perhaps we package up some of this camel meat and see if we get some information without exposing Qatar to too much sunlight.
Okay.
We could get him that parasol we saw in the souk.
Mm.
I just grumble.
Right. So, well, so you say the Sphinx is near Farah?
I believe we saw it right at the gate, just inside the gate. Yes, didn't we? Her house was kind of right there, right? And we saw the hall. That's all we saw, pretty much.
So from Seawall to the Grand Acropolis, it's about 2,500 feet. It's not
Yeah,
far,
it's close,
and there
super
is a pathway to the western gate. And starting, not far along it, there are houses of the Gravebinders, and right within the entrance of the Grand Acropolis itself is the Hall of the Gravebinders, which you saw but did not enter. You have yet to enter
Correct.
the Grand Acropolis. As you were at the gates, kind of peering in, Farah Hijati called to you and basically spoke with you. And as I said, she is the matriarch of one of the 4 major Gravebinder families. But she did let you know that right near the Hall of the Gravebinders
Last.
is the Sphinx kind of rookery. Is that the word I'm thinking of? Where they roost. Yes, it is right near the entrance to the Grand Acropolis, and right near the Hall of the Gravebinders. So if you actually look on the map, you will see that it is right there, in fact. And you may have seen it at a distance from the gates.
So to me, we do not get ourselves too much in trouble. We are very close to here, and perhaps come back by lunchtime to meet.
Well, we can.
your new
leave,
school children.
Yes. So I'll go ahead and well, there's 2 things over there too. There's not just the Sphinx, but supposedly Goldamesh has a shack inside the necropolis. So both are over in that same direction. I'm gonna check with who served us breakfast, like barmaid or barman or whoever.
A bar person, yeah, it's mostly either or. Yeah.
Tip big and ask if they see the urchins to tell them we've headed to the necropolis, that I had them running an errand for me.
Okay. They are.
Would you like to leave some money so they can have lunch, and we meet them back here for lunch?
No, I
They-
want them
they
to come
seem
find us. They're
Very
working.
nice.
So
So
yeah,
I think
guess
we head out the
out.
Anubis gate. Yeah.
And we got the meat to go. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the host, L2. If you want it to be packaged up, they can find something to pack it up. If you don't mind a sack, it'll
Yeah,
take
burlap.
longer to find something else.
A burlap sack.
Yeah,
Sack
they
is
can
fine.
throw a bunch of raw camel meat in a sack for you. It's totally fine.
I've
That
never
works.
fed Sphinx, but I assume they are not very picky.
No
I'm not speaking
fucking
like
clue.
that clue.
I don't even know what the hell a Sphinx is really, other than legend. So yeah, I guess we start heading that way.
Okay. So as you head out the Anubis Gate, down the pathway towards the Grand Acropolis, you do pass by the homes of the Gravebinders, and as you do, you actually see Farah Hijati kind of at a distance, because her home is off the road, just kind of leaning in her doorframe, just watching you as you make your way into the Grand Acropolis.
Okay.
Do we
I
get a
wave.
feel, because she knew who we were? Do we get a feeling that she is able to track us somehow?
She knew who you were. She told you that she had received a message or a sending from the high priestess in
Jost.
basically Krakovar, where you were, in Wargau, where you had lost. Well, no, in Jost, where you had where they had been attacked by the Archduke.
Okay. Should we say hello to her, Sylvester? Let her know our plan.
If you like.
I
I don't.
Will we be doing favor for her for a book?
Well, we kind of are. That's what we're doing right now.
And does it seem like it's too far off the path for us just to just say?
No, I mean
hello?
it's just it's not far. You could just walk down towards her house. I mean, you could wave from here and yell if you wanted to.
Because Victor, he was pretty ham-fisted during the ceremony, when they met for tea and stuff, and he was just not very subtle during it. So he kind of wants to go practice greeting her, and he kind of tries to say good morning, and just to let her know that they're headed to go feed the Sphinx as she had suggested.
That should be interesting.
Why do you say this?
When is the last time you fed a Sphinx?
I tell you truth, Your Highness. I do not know what Sphinx is.
Well, I guess you're about to find out.
Do you have advice for us?
So, am I there with them?
I'd imagine you're watching me with a
Yeah.
humored kind of oh, God, this guy sucks at this. But Victor thinks he's super smooth.
All right. Yeah, go.
Advice to talk with the Sphinx. Watch your words and be careful of their riddles.
Sylvester, perhaps I am not the best person to communicate with the Sphinx. I'm terrible with riddles.
Well, I think it might take all of us.
All right. I should head back down the road. Hey, Sirs of Victory, thank you so much for the resub. You start heading through the main gates into the Grand Necropolis, and as before, as you walk in to the Grand Necropolis, you see streets and avenues lined with white marble and brown bricks of clay jammed together over thousands of tombs and dozens of small shrines, mourning houses, and towering memorials. Both decrepit ruins and new mortared stones are common sights. Each statue, marker, and obelisk is a work of art in and of itself, but the combination of each of these makes the Grand Necropolis appear like a massive work of art that holds the stories of centuries of people.
Does Victor notice any of Chernobog's runes anywhere?
Why don't you roll me perception or investigation, whichever one you want.
Okay.
Give me, I gotta blow my nose 1 second.
And I'll go ahead and bless this.
Yeah, you better. Oh, no.
12. Ugh.
12.
I mean, it's not the worst I could do. But
No.
it's pretty close. Chernobog's kind of interesting because he doesn't really have churches, doesn't have anything written, but it would be interesting to see if there's a little taint of Chernobog.
Oh, man. Don't tempt me.
Oh, sorry about that. I forgot that we were 5 years old.
Took me a minute.
I meant it in the
As you look
Okay.
around
Way.
this massive
Right.
work of art. This necropolis, one of the largest, most ornate
Sorry.
in the world.
I did not mean it in that way, but yes.
You do not. You not only get the sense. You don't see. You do not see a symbol of Chernobog. You also get the sense that a symbol of Chernobog would not only be out of place here, would be would almost be a defiling of this place.
Okay. It might taint it, some might say.
It might. It
Okay.
might. Just a little taint. I feel like I missed something. Sursa Victory. No, that was Saul. Who? That's Saul. Saul. Thank you so much for the bless on Matt. So I'm not. You used one, right?
I did. Thank you,
And
Saul.
then you gained
Yes.
one, so we're square. Yep. So, as you walk in, you pass by the hall of the Gravebinders, and then continuing your journey, you see shortly thereafter on your left what is the Sphinx Roost. It is a red clay spire that towers around the Sphinx statue next to it. White and black marble stairs wind around it, terminating in a wide iron-railed platform. The tower is topped with a white minaret, which holds an iron gate.
Does it look like there's any kind of a shady place for us to take Cutter?
I mean, there's plenty of shade, either in the shadow of the tower
Okay.
or around the statue of the Sphinx.
I mean, I'm okay. I'm just uncomfortable, out of my element.
But if we want you to be like available for some ranged stuff.
Well, the thing is, it relies on the target. So it's not
gotcha,
me.
gotcha.
It's if my target is in sunlight. Yeah.
Basically, his sunlight sensitivity is basically like it on a very bright day. It's very bright for everybody. His is like times 10, right? He's
Okay.
basically, it's as if he's staring into the sun all the time. So he has disadvantage on everything that would require sight. And even if he's in shade, looking at something in the sunlight is still like he's looking out into the sun. So that's how you can imagine it. He's not necessarily, he's not harmed by it in any way. It's just, it's incredibly, incredibly bright. It's the sun bouncing off of snow, you know, it's,
Gotcha.
so this red clay spire with this iron platform and
So-
an iron gate at the top by this Sphinx statue. What do you
Victor
guys want?
has a little bit of animal handling skills. Could he kind of go back into like his memory and think about how he would feed something? This.
Wow.
Yeah,
Whoa.
remind me of what you just said in 1 second.
Savagery.
Yeah. Woof.
Sursa Victory.
Boom.
Two big old things here. Thank you so much for 5,000 bits to fuck over Jess. You don't already have a red card, do you?
I don't think so. I think I have a blue card.
Do
No.
man.
not. This brings me joy. And Sursa Victory getting the 50K badge. We have to finish actually getting all the badges in so we can actually have a 50K badge for Sursa. Let's get a luck in the chat. Maybe some Banes too. And a bunch of Sursa emotes for anybody that has them. Thank you so much, Sursa, for that on multiple levels. And let's see what the bad card is. You don't get to know what it is, but I'll shoot Sursa a whisper, and he'll get to know what he gave you.
So
Great.
you're just gonna drop it? Oh.
All right.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
All right. All right. I'll take that. Oh, shit. Happy early birthday. I need to write that down and remember that. There's something in the mail coming towards you. It's not for that, but Sursa B-Day this weekend. Cool. So let me just update the sheet real quick of how terribly you just got screwed.
It's almost like it's your birthday as well.
Mm.
Oh, not
Oh
the
wow,
rubbers.
finger
The
gun.
6-shooters.
Yeah.
Oh, I just nat 20'd on joy for you, Ryan.
Oh, well, thank you so much for the joy.
You rolled a 6 for 6-shooters.
Mm,
I did.
perfect.
And another Bane. Thank you so much. I'm baned out right now. I'm gonna
Baned out.
bane everything you guys do. All right. So, can you please repeat what you had said, Matt?
My question was, so Victor has fed some animals in his day, and he's got pretty solid animal handling, and he's wondering if he could kind of like think back to like when he's fed pretty ferocious things, and hopefully not get his arm chewed off when he opens up this burlap bag full of camel tartar.
Oh yeah.
You-
Can we
Oh,
get some
yeah.
mutes in the chat, please.
Got some
Can we get
mutes
some
in the
mutes
chat,
in the chat,
baby.
please. Please.
So I don't understand what you
So-
would like to do
So
right now.
before we head up there, like I'm kind of trying to
Thank
think
you.
before I tell a plan, because like I don't actually, like I've never fed wild animals, Matt Phillip, but I think probably Victor has. He just hasn't fed Sphinx. So like, what would kind of be the plan to present, I guess, meat to carnivorous creatures?
I would say you don't even know what it looks like or how big it is or anything
Okay.
like that. So I think you could think about that right now. But
Okay.
to actually, you could hold on to that
Okay.
thought and let's see what happens. So what are you guys doing? There's a tall like spire in front of you with the Sphinx statue next to it. What are you doing?
Well, do we know before we even? So I'm saying this to everybody else. Get involved with the Sphinx. Do we know exactly what we want to ask it?
Wait,
I'm going to take that as a no.
I believe though, are we not curious about if this book is worth it before we try to cleanse an entire necropolis of daytime undead? Seems like tall order for. I mean, I know Annie is half metric dude now, but
Right.
could
Well,
take more than 5 of us. Yes, or 6 with Brian,
Well,
perhaps.
So I don't think our goal is to necessarily go through and kill them all. I'm assuming there's something that somebody did that needs to be undone to stop what they're doing. However, my other thought is Farah Hijati. Well, I don't really like doing her deeds. So I really have no intention of helping do this, but maybe giving her the impression we have. But again, I don't know. We need more information.
She did indicate that Sphinx could provide information.
Right. But what information do we need? I don't know. I don't even know what to ask it.
Well, do we want to find out how to find 2 brothers, the Masudi and the Makani? Sounds like if perhaps we lay them to rest, which is our specialty. Maybe that does what you say. We not have to kill everything, just solve problem.
Perhaps.
So we do believe
See-
that Gamal is related to them.
Well, that's why I don't know. I'm thinking perhaps we talk to Gamal and Goldamesh first to get a better idea of what we need to get from the Sphinx. I feel like what
They-
throwing darts at a dartboard that we can't see. But
So
I
to
don't
clarify
know.
a couple of things, just since it was last week that you talked to her, she basically, you guys went to Hijati because you were told that the Gravebinders had a way to walk amongst the undead, and she
Right.
said, the Gravebinders don't really, but my family has this book that can help you.
Right.
And in order for me to give you that book, you got to fix this undead problem.
Right.
And one of the things she said about the Sphinx is that they are just basically a figure within the necropolis that may have information about what's going on.
Okay.
They're not like you didn't get the sense that the Sphinx is like a villain or something like that. Hijati, even when Victor just asked her, she didn't say, be careful, it'll eat you. She literally just said, this will be interesting.
Okay.
So
All right.
that is the conversation you previously had with her, just to reiterate that. She said Goldamesh is a gravedigger who's had some issues with the undead during the day, and that the Sphinx is another figure within the necropolis that you might want to talk to for information.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sure. Oh, let's go talk to the Sphinx.
So, I guess if it seems like safe enough, like when Victor's looking up, like I guess he's just gonna kind of carry be the frontline dude and kind of carry the burlap bag up the spire. I guess it's like some. Would you say it was like as a white minaret? And I guess when he gets to the iron gate, is it locked?
So it is a red clay tower. It's a spire. And there's a white and black marble stairs that wind around this spire.
Okay.
And at the top of this winding black and white marble stair, there is a wide iron railed platform.
Oh, cool. So it's not like locked or anything. You could just kind of step up on it.
Right. So as you step onto that platform, what you see in front of you is a large white minaret. And in that minaret, there is an iron gate that basically leads to the inside of a top part of a tower.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. So clay spire topped by a white minaret that's closed by a gate. So you get the sense that if there is basically a bird roost, it is at the top of this tower behind this gate.
So kind of listening at the gate, do we hear bird-like sounds or?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. And I'll go ahead and
Bless it.
well. Go. So 16. God.
I'm still here, just off camera for a sec.
Gotcha. Did you bless it?
I did, but only got a 1.
So a total of a 16, is that what you said?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
As you step forward towards the gate, you do hear some noises. You hear some shuffling, you hear some growls. You also are immediately struck by this smell, this very musky smell, less like birds and more like death at the zoo.
Okay.
And as you're standing there at the gate, suddenly you see this large figure loom forward right behind that gate.
Okay.
And
Victor
what you
kind of, I
see-
guess, is he protected behind the gate? He'll kind of swell up because I guess that's what he does in the face of death. And then, does it seem like this is the thing that's going to eat the meat?
So as you're standing there swelling up, you see this massive figure rise up on the other side of the gate. And what you see is a leonine torso that is covered in tattered skin, stretched tight over bone, decaying, almost falling off of a desiccated husk. You also see wings that are composed of tattered membrane stretched over thin bones, and a vulture-like head that's almost completely skeletal with a fading red light where its eyes are. This is the figure that you see.
Oh, right on. That's awesome.
Ugly.
So, I mean, Victor's seen like vultures after like a battle kind of pulling apart. Does that look familiar? Just not the size is different, but it's like the head of a vulture kind of thing.
It's the head of a vulture, the body of a lion,
Gotcha.
and wings. But the sense you immediately get as soon as you see it is this thing is undead.
Yeah.
This is a massive undead. They're called gypnosphinxes.
Oof.
And from behind this large creature, kind of standing behind this gate, you catch glimpses of smaller gypnosphinxes kind of scuttling around behind. And as it looms up above you from the other side, just to get a sense for its size, it's large. So it's about like 12 to 15 feet high. It's a solid 2 to 3 metric dudes at least.
So it makes Brian even look a little bit short.
Brian's like 7 feet. It's
Yeah.
twice as big as Brian.
Okay, gotcha.
And again, it's a full leonine body. It's a massive creature. And as it rises up on the other side of the gate, which you can tell at this point, obviously this is their roost. This is their home.
So Victor says hello in Dericool. He speaks Dericool, so he's gonna say hello in Dericool since he's undead.
What do you want?
I believe we have brought you a gift. In exchange, we are very curious to hear a story of why undead are violating law of the day. Why are they attacking during day? And then Victor kind of unwraps so he can smell the meat a little bit. Is the bars big enough for him to kind of put the meat through the bars?
You could kind of squish it and drop it in on the other side.
And is the vibe just like when he said hello and he talked to each other that Victor feels confident that like they're going to be able to have kind of like this death cleric to undead conversation?
Whether you feel confident or not is entirely up to you. Why don't you roll me an insight check?
Okay. And I'll bless this too. Oh, boom, Nat. Oh, I already have the card though. Oh no, I don't.
You rolled a nat 20 for the insight on this?
Yeah,
one?
and then I put it 4 on it. So I got 28.
You put 4 on it?
Yeah, so it was
Not 5?
It was a it was a nat 20 plus 4 and plus 4 more. So 28 total. And I guess I don't have a blue
Okay.
card, do I? Sweet.
Do you not?
I don't think I do. I think I used it. It was like a saving throw or something like that I used last time.
Let's see.
I used it to
You
save
do
my
not
life.
currently have a blue card. All
There we
right.
go.
So you are going to get a blue card for this interaction. Ooh, you deal maximum damage
Ooh.
on one attack.
So all I have to do is hit. Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome. Does it have to be melee or literally any attack?
On an attack.
Oh. All right. We're in business now.
All right. And then wherever your token may be, I have no idea where they are right now.
It's okay. I'll keep track of this.
Yeah, remind me next time I actually need to have your tokens to the board and I need to find them. I should probably just find them now.
Uh-oh.
Here you are. Looks like you have an inspiration as well.
That was Jess kind of hooked me up. She convinced you to do it at the end of the last session.
Don't even want to know why
No, it was
or
not
what
good.
happened.
Yeah.
No. All right, we'll drop your tokens over there, and you have a blue card. Your insight check, especially for nat 20, little perception tossed in there too. You notice something. This creature, by its general shape and some other identifying features, is a male Gynosphinx, not a female Gynosphinx. And what you feel with your insight check rating from this creature right now is hatred and distrust.
Oh.
And an incredible intellect in the way that it's talking to you, in the way that it's moving, and the way that it's kind of looking at you.
Okay. So Victor kind of takes a step back. Is Sylvester, are you kind of close by on the platform, like on the stairwell?
Not just me.
I would have followed you up, everybody.
So Victor doesn't break eye contact with the Sphinx, the Gyno Sphinx, but kind of.
Yep, no.
Can I can't whisper back to you in your head, can I? It's only if you're talking
No.
to me. So
One way.
he just says, Victor just says, Sylvester, as usual, I believe I am in a bit over my head here. What's a Gypso Sphinx? Oh, gotcha. Gypso.
Well, you asked.
Do you have any charm left for today, Sylvester?
I do, but I don't know that that's the right tack to take with these, to be perfectly honest.
As you're having this discussion and you're kind of backed away, this skeletal clawed hand reaches out and grasps the gate and pushes it forward as this creature ducks down and makes its way out on the platform with you. You guys are now kind of pushed towards the back, and it says to you again, "What is it that you want?"
All right. Well, have you given it the meat yet, or no?
I'm hoping that as I stepped away, I just started opening it and I set it down before I kind of wet myself. Step back.
Gotcha. Did you drop all the meat or just some pieces or what?
Well, I think it's in a burlap package, so it's just the burlap's on the ground and then the meat is like in a
All of
pile in the middle of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So as it is kind of encroaching on your space, you see 4 other small Gypso Sphinxes kind of scuttle out from behind and like kind of working its way around this creature in the way that like kittens might to a like a mother cat, and they just begin to devour this meat behind it that it had kind of stepped over. And this vulture like head swivels down again and is very close to your face and is just staring at you with these just red glowing lights that it has for eyes.
Ask. Can't hurt to ask.
What I want is to know how to solve problem of daytime undead violating the law of this necropolis.
And who are you to ask me that?
I recognize that I am not worthy to be here, but my name is Victor of the Calder. I have never had the privilege of setting eyes upon one glorious as you, but I can tell that you are very strong, and I assure you there is one thing that I respect, and that is strength.
You are not from Seawall.
This is correct. Yes.
So why do you care?
I unfortunately do not have blessing that you have of being not alive, to be undead. I very much need to go into underworld as undead, and to do this, I believe that I need to solve problem, which perhaps will help you too, to bring order day and night back to this necropolis, and I will be able to pass as undead to have your blessing.
I would like for you to roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, and he's sitting so far
And-
over his head.
And I am gonna give you advantage on this check.
Oh, right on. Well, and he'll bless it too because he's got a whopping -1.
Don't forget, if you
Here we
say
go.
you're gonna bless it, you have to bless it. But if
No,
you
yeah,
roll
I have to.
first,
Oh, okay. I just
You
felt
can
like I had to
wait.
use them. I'll use it anyways. Let's spend it. People are buying them.
let's see, there's one blue card.
Yeah, so a 16, thank goodness.
And bless it.
You rolled with advantage and added your bless.
Not yet. So 18 total.
18 total. So as you're asking this question, you can see the head kind of swivel far enough back that the eye looks back towards where this brood that is clearly not his is chawing down on this camel meat that you brought, and get the sense that it was probably a good idea that you brought it.
Okay.
And it looks back to you and says, "We too would like to reestablish the law in this necropolis."
How may I do this? How may I help you?
Do you know where the citizens' graves are?
Unfortunately, I've not had pleasure of visiting entire necropolis. We arrived very recently.
They're in the southeastern edge. I have begun to feel a pull on me towards there. I have been able to reject it for now.
But I myself have felt pull. I have been drawn to this group of people. The pull of my
Just-
god. Are
Just
you?
out of curiosity, Ryan, have I
Yeah.
felt anything similar?
Oh, yeah.
Or anything odd? Or no?
You so far have not.
Okay.
Is the pull is something that you are so tall and strong. I do not understand what you could fear.
I did not say I fear it. I said it pulls at me. It pulls at my very essence.
Oh, this is different. Yes. I understand. Do you recommend we go to Citizen's grave? We have heard of legend of two brothers. Cannot remember names, but it sounds like this might be someplace they met their unfortunate demise.
You speak of the Ilias.
Yes.
Ilias. They met their demise in their family tomb.
this is different than Citizens' Graves or Family Tune in Citizens' Graves?
It is different.
Do you think we can help you end this thing that is pulling on you? Is there a way we can end it and perhaps help you and then you help us during the day?
I have told you what I know.
We are very grateful, my friend. In my land, we say spasiba, and I hope to place my blessing upon you and so Victor doesn't. I mean, he knows they're not his kids, but like upon your future. He just says the word future, I guess, but maybe in Derek. He says it in Derrickle.
You get the sense the first time you talk to it that it doesn't know what the fuck you're saying.
It
when you
doesn't.
speak
Okay.
Derrickle.
Okay.
No.
All right.
But he says to you, "These are not mine. They belong to Shafika Siham. She has left the Grand Necropolis to seek aid. I am Sajil. You have brought her brood a gift, though. So I have a gift to offer you. If you can answer one of my riddles."
Sajil, it is pleasure to meet you. As my friends will tell you, I am not the most clever Kariv you have met, but I will do my best.
I would like for you to roll me
Oh my.
1d10.
Okay. Here we go. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good.
What'd you roll? I assume a 1.
Oh yeah. That's
Maybe
not
it's-
something you could use like inspiration to re-roll that, I guess.
It's not.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
not. It doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I am light as a feather, yet no man can hold me for long. What am I?
So Victor, he goes, the only thing I can think of is my breath.
You've heard that one before.
I must be honest with you. I have. The Kariv are famous for telling these ridiculous stories. I do not believe them, but yes, my friend.
You have earned my aid. And you feel this kind of weight settle over you. And you have received his death-defying gift. You have advantage on one saving throw of your choice sometime within the next 24 hours.
Okay.
If you don't use this boon within that 24-hour period, you instead regain 3d6 hit points at the end of the 24 hours.
That is sweet. And so Victor kind of does the lame bow that he tried to learn how to do yesterday with Farah, even though he's not very good at it. And he kind of steps back and he just has a very flat face. And then he finally breaks the gaze with Sajil and bids him farewell. And then kind of looks at Sylvester, and probably Sylvester for the first time like can see that he does not feel very clever. Like he feels he's kind of looked death in the face and kind of knows. He hasn't felt this way since he saw Lucan.
No, you did great, Victor. That was fantastic.
And as you're all making your way back down these black and white marble stairs to the bottom of the spire, we're gonna go ahead and take a break real quick.
All right.
Hello and welcome back to the Adventure Archive. So far on this session, the players have made their way into the necropolis, the Grand Necropolis of Seawall, after having breakfast and Sylvester chatting with some orphans, some street urchins, trying to find Gamal Ilya, who they had spoke with last evening. They made their way into the Grand Necropolis, found their way to the Sphinx Roost, spoke with Sajil, who was apparently keeping care of the brood of, I'm gonna never get the name right, Shafika Siham, who was apparently left to find aid. He said that he has been feeling a pull at his essence, and he is undead, that is pulling him towards the Citizens' Graves, which is a section of the necropolis. At least that is what you get the sense of. And bestowed a death-defying gift upon Victor for offering to help, but also bringing an offering for the brood. And as you guys are walking down from the Sphinx Roost, what would you like to do now?
I have to step away for 1 second. I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
So, Dariana, you heard that. Do you think we should go to Citizen's Grave or go to family tomb of Ilias brothers?
I'm not sure if we want to wait to talk to the other Ilias before going to their grave. I have a feeling Sylvester had a plan
Oh, that
to
might be
gain a little bit more information, but
I like that very much.
What about you, oh man of riddles? Where would you like to go?
Qatar, you are becoming more joyful, and I am becoming more clever by the day here in Seawall. I don't. Have we only been there like an hour, maybe less than an hour? So it's like, is it like 9 or 10 a.m.?
Well, let's say you woke up at 8. You were kind of sitting around at breakfast for a solid probably hour plus. I would say it's getting close to midday at this point.
Okay, so
By the time you made your way in, found where you were going, talked to Farah.
I like your idea, Dariana. We could go back to the taverns of all the many homes and see if the street children that sounds like Sylvester would like to teach to read. Find out if we can find your friend Gamal. Yes.
yes, my friend Kamal. We could also go to the other place mentioned. I can't remember what it was.
Like
Talking about
neither.
Goldamesh's Gravedigger Shack, or
Yeah.
Is that right up in the front there where we are? His shack.
you so far have been told that it is in the necropolis, but have not been able to find it or asked where it is, outside the kid saying that it is in the necropolis.
So would it be relatively quick? Like if we walked towards like Farah's house, I'm assuming she's kind of like one of those awesome women that it's her house and she sees everything. Maybe she'd see us from the street. We could share our experience with Sahil and maybe get a little info on Goldamesh's shack's location.
I mean, regardless of whether she sees you from the street or not, there is a door that you can knock on, and you get the sense from where you're at, it might just be like a 15-20 minute walk to get back out to that direction, and go ask her where it is.
This is Sylvester. I don't know if you heard us. Dariana had a very good plan to perhaps go meet your friends, but the kids that need to learn how to read, very important. But maybe we ask Farah first where Goldamesh's shack is, the Gravedigger.
So, and Ryan, you were saying it's about a 15-minute walk back to the gate.
Yeah, thereabouts. It's not long.
Okay. Well, actually, to save us time, I'll recall Annie and send her up. She can still fly up in the air. And first of all, look to see if there's any. We left a message for them to meet us here at the Metropolis.
Mm.
If they see them waiting at the gate.
Why don't you roll me a d20?
$18.
All right. Boom.
You, as new and improved, larger, bigger, faster, stronger Annie shoots up into the sky. One thing you notice is she is bigger and faster. She is a shape in the sky. And as she kind of circles towards the gate, again, you guys aren't far from the gate. It's about equidistant from the gate to her, and from the gate to the Sphinx. She can see the opening for the gate there, and there are no children there.
Okay. Also going to have her look then while she's up there and has a good vantage for a shack that somebody might live in. It's not a tomb. I mean, it would be fairly distinct, I would think.
Interesting. Why don't you roll me a perception check? I think it's still with her stats. I'm not sure. All of the other bonuses that you got.
Let's see.
I have her D&D Beyond stat block too, so you can just click it if you don't have the link.
So let's see. Spine Devil, right? So perception that's wisdom, correct?
Yes.
I'll just roll. Huh. 12. You're muted.
Are you gonna stay with the 12?
Oh, can I bless her stuff?
Absolutely, the same way that she
right.
can bless Brian's stuff.
Yeah, then I'll bless that.
No. Also, if you just want to, I sent her D&D Beyond
15.
sheet in the chat, into Zoom chat. If you just want to like bookmark that, you'll be able to roll all of her rolls just by clicking on her sheet, and it'll come into roll 20.
Okay, cool. I'll do that. You threw it in the 15.
Into just the Zoom chat. Yeah.
Okay.
And you used one of your mini blesses for her.
Yep.
And then right on that sheet, you'll be able to just use that as almost her character sheet. And with the 15, as she begins to fly over, she does in fact notice, kind of behind the and off the road a little bit, right actually next to the hall of the grave binders, there is in fact a shack-like structure.
All right.
Nice.
So I'll call her back and we'll head over that way.
Okay. Let's switch this up. Let's see. Nope, not that one.
We got 8-bit for a second.
8-bit
there.
glory.
As you make your way over towards that shaft-like structure, as you reach it, you do get the sense pretty quickly that this is a gravedigger shack. When you look outside at the various trappings that are around, a number of different types of shovels, a number of different types of like small grave markers and tombs like that, or little pieces that seem to be worked on, some that appear to be damage that appear to be in the process of repair, and you see a closed door to this shack.
Knock. Not the spell, just like the regular knock.
I was playing around with the voice modulator earlier, and couldn't get it to work. I would love to be able to give you a little bit more for this, but you hear from the other side. What? Some mutes in the
Mute.
chat.
You
Haha, get some mutes in the chat, please.
Mutes in the chat.
Whatever.
Woo. It's you and me tonight, man. You and me.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
contagious. So, let's say, sorry to bother you, Gulamesh. We are here to help with your problem.
Who are you? Who are you?
I am Iskal and some of my friends. We are sent by Farah Hijadi.
Okay. And he's yelling this through the door, not opening the door at all. So what do you want?
Well, we're trying to get information. Anything you can tell us about what's happened and what you know is so we can try and fix this problem.
Well, I can't do my job. The dead are coming out in the day.
Right.
I wish they wouldn't.
Right.
They scratching my door.
Yes, I've
And
noticed the scratches.
I can't bury anyone.
Any idea where they're coming from or who might be behind it or how this started or anything you can tell us that would help?
Why don't you roll me a persuasion check?
Al. And I will bless that. So 17.
You said that Farah sent you?
Yes.
And you hear from the inside a number of like clicks and chains and various things like that. You hear what sounds like a large scraping from behind the door, and then a thump, and then another thump as you basically kind of get the sense that something banged on the ground and then thumped into the wall beside it. And then you see the door.
By the way,
handle
I've disguised myself to not look damp here.
Gotcha. And you see the door open. And the figure you see standing in front of you looks like this.
Oh,
Oh, handsome fellow.
that's awesome.
And Marathon, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs to Mahjong, Mason, Asmogul, Royal Scarlet, and Jay Gari. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I think the way our alerts go, we're going to hear it 5 times if I remember correctly. But
Yep.
seriously, thank you so much. So this figure opens the door and then steps forward, kind of in the doorway, And he is filling the doorway and actually crouching down to kind of look at you, and like really looks at you. And he said, and you get the sense that he's looking you up and down, deciding, and then makes a decision and says, well, I was by the citizen's grave a few weeks back, and I saw a ghast. I think I saw a ghast. I'm not sure now. I don't know.
No, trust your instincts. You saw a guest. Go on.
I saw a ghast.
Okay. Just sitting there, or?
No, it was roaming.
Okay.
Kind of.
I look at him like inquisitively, like, go on.
I mean, I didn't stay. I left it alone.
Okay.
I told Farah.
What did Farah say?
Not much. Have you talked to Shafika?
No. As far as we know, according to Zahir, Shafika left to seek help.
Okay.
Anything else you know? Or saw, or have seen, or suspect?
No.
I kind of look over my shoulder at everybody else. Shrug. Font
Wait,
of knowledge. Yes?
All right.
Perhaps, do you know, we were told by Shafika's friend, Sahil, that we could go perhaps to citizens' graves? Do you have any knowledge of what we would expect to find there? Besides the ghast, like, what should we
I mean, I
find?
saw a ghast.
Sylvester, I do not understand what ghast means. Perhaps different language for me. Should we be concerned?
Well, I mean, meta-wise, would I know what a ghast is? I mean, I kind of know what a ghast is, but
Why don't you roll me a history check?
history. Let's see. Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly curious about pull that Sahil felt.
Ooh, I do not. Yeah, that was a nat 1.
No, a two. It was a 2.
No, it was a 1. I'm a plus.
Nat 1
Oh
plus
no,
1?
no, it was a 2 plus 1. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let me look at this. Let me look at this. Oh yeah, no, it was a 2 plus 1.
2 plus 1. And I already have a red card
Yeah.
anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, I think I forgot to add the red card to Jess's overlay actually.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
make
don't
sure
forget
that wonderful Sursa red card you got is where it needs to be. So, and he hears you saying this, and he's like gas. It's like ghoul, but worse.
Really?
Golem,
There's nothing really worse than a ghoul.
I mean, aghast.
Ah,
do you have any reason to expect that this ghast could have power over Sahil? Could pull his essence?
Aghast?
As I said, my friend, I do not know exactly what it is. I know it is worse than ghoul, but I have met some pretty good ghouls in my day. Could it pull essence from undead?
No.
Dariana, do you have questions for Golemash?
No, we don't seem to be getting very far.
Hmm.
I think we better be on our way.
Okay. Just stop the dead. I want to bury people. Thanks. And he just slams the door shut. And you hear a series of
Clicks,
scraps
like, yeah.
and clicks, and then you hear this thud against the door.
All right. So, are we close to the gate?
To the
Why
Great
did we
Acropolis?
come here again?
I believe we were looking for information. We found out that the ghouls not very well liked. Gas.
Yes, but this creature gave us nothing.
Nobody's fucking giving us anything. So, do we go to the citizens' graves? Poke around or what?
Well, Dariana made good point. Do we need to talk to street urchins, get final bit of information from Gamal before we go into this?
How is it like midday or
Yeah.
At this point, yeah, it's definitely midday.
do we see? I mean, we're pretty close to the gate now. Can I see the urchins out there or no?
From where you're at, you don't see any urchins there.
They're not here. They
Okay.
might have taken the coin and run. Who knows?
I mean, we are pretty confident we can find him back at the tavern we are staying
Yeah,
at
that will
tonight.
be later today. I was hoping to get to him before then, but
So,
shall we just go to the citizens' grave area?
does that keep us on mission, Cutter?
Is that a joke?
No, my friend. I'm always.
You're
very
being
concerned about mission.
more clever than usual today. I was just checking.
I appreciate you, my friend. We go now.
The power of a good breakfast.
Those moons over my cami, delicious.
Umps over my cami.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go to the citizens' grave. Poke around there.
We should probably be ready to kill Ghast, though. Yes.
I guess.
And Cutter, perhaps you let us know if you feel similar pull, because I do not want to lose your essence. Very special, yours.
I have not. I wondered the same when the creature told us as much. But I will let you know. Unless it is something that I cannot let you know.
Hmm.
Back to you.
You're starting to sound like the Sphinx.
Must be the sun.
All right, so I guess we walk towards the.
Yeah, I guess can Annie kind of scout for us? Scout the way.
She's
you
no
muted.
longer invisible, right?
Right, she's a little more
Bigger,
conspicuous. Like
stronger.
I keep dismissing her.
Okay.
But it only takes an action to bring her, so
Can't she still turn invisible or no?
no.
Oh.
Can't shape change, can't turn invisible. So scout
Interesting.
wise, she's here in the Necropolis. I think it's less of an issue, but like in town, yeah, that double flying around probably bad.
Yeah.
And Matt got a bless for stealing Jess's joke.
No, it's Jess's joke, though. Yeah, I was going to say.
No.
But Janelle gave it to Matt. I asked for
Give
clarification.
it to Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, Jess.
It's okay.
So
well,
If there's ever a question, Jess is the master of the dad jokes.
Oh, yeah.
and with the dad joke, it's probably Jess. So what are you doing? Are you guys going to head towards Citizens Graves? You were told by Sajil that it is in the southeast of the necropolis.
Yeah, we'll head that way. And conveniently on the map, it's labeled.
It is indeed. I could not remove it in an efficient way.
And Annie's flying above, and she's like, oh.
It's like, oh, down there it says Citizens Graves.
Yeah.
So
Gotta
we'll
get
head
that
way.
Southlands Kickstarter from Kobold Press so I
Okay.
can get all the
Right.
sweet Southland stuff for the next campaign. So it takes you a while. The necropolis is a large place. It's probably a solid 45-minute walk through various mausoleums, tombs, structures.
I'm going to leave Annie kind of near the front area, maybe perched on top of our friend's house, watching for my the urchin children.
Gotcha. So Annie is being near you or being near the gate? Did you say Annie was near you or near the gate?
I'm gonna leave her near the gate to watch for.
Gotcha.
The
To watch for the urchins. Yeah. Okay. So over the course of the next 45 minutes, you make your way through this mausoleum, and what you see and your reaction is up to you. But you see this massive necropolis and all of the various things associated with it. Everything from crumbling tombstones to massive, gorgeous, well-kept mausoleums. And as I said before, it is, although clearly the home for thousands, if not tens of thousands of corpses, a work of art in its own right for the various pieces here and for just the sense of history you also get from this. This entire necropolis, you can tell there are definitely parts of it that are thousands of years old. You make your way towards the citizens' graves in the southeast, and what you find there are a number of mausoleums and a number of smaller kind of markers. Have you ever been to have you ever seen the how they do kind of like graveyards in New Orleans?
Oh yeah.
And they have a lot of those small, it's almost instead of burying a coffin, there's almost like a coffin like stone structure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of things like that here. It's almost these like mini mausoleums that you can tell are less ornate than the rest. You get the sense that Citizens' Graves is not a misnomer. This is probably for people that can basically just make their way into the necropolis when they die.
Okay. Any chalk drawings on these?
You don't see any chalk drawings. What you see is a single obelisk that indicates that this is the region of the necropolis known as Citizens' Graves. Neat rows of simple headstones and plaques marked with names and dates line the avenue, leading towards some small but well-kept mausoleums. That's what you see as you walk towards it. The other thing you see is a creature with fiery red hair stepping out from behind one of these nearby mausoleums. It's roughly the size and shape of a tall, thin man with orange skin and pointed teeth. This creature sneers at you and appears to summon fire into its hand, the air suddenly smelling of smoke. Its orange skin glows bright red as it raises its arm and directs it straight at you. And I need you all to roll initiative.
To click on our thing, though, I bet. Andy's not here, though. He's not going to fight with us, is he? Saw him like up on there.
Andy is buying drugs or something.
Okay, but I see his little token up there.
I gotta click on. Oh,
Yeah, just to make sure.
Oh.
Click on.
where am I?
We're like way upper left-hand corner.
There we go.
And the last thing you see as this fire-wreathed hand reaches out towards you is 3 other figures stepping out from similar mausoleums. And this is what they look like.
Holy shit.
Sweet.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, like them.
I'm gonna say. Ooh.
So
The music went groovy.
I didn't have a chance to when I first saw him, I wanted to just say something. Would I have had a chance to do that or no?
You could potentially, let's see what your initiative is. So I will kind of leave this over here, and we will actually just turn this into a battle map. So let me pull you all over towards. Towards the bottom right next to the picture, Jason. And where is Brian currently?
I don't think he's with us.
It's probably in the
Okay.
bag, right?
Yeah, he's in a barrel or a bag.
Gotcha. So I will just drop him to the GM layer for right now. So you see these 4 figures spaced out. None of the mausoleums are really large enough to provide a lot of cover unless you lay down. So it's a pretty wide open area as you're battling kind of between these headstones, or potentially battling between a number of headstones. So the map is pretty wide open. And they're about 30-35 feet away from you. And they need to roll some initiative as well. What do they have?
Okay, so we're not worried about the map per se. We're just using the grid, and they are the normal.
Yeah, just worry about the
Gotcha.
grid. It's literally,
Cool.
you're just in a wide open, large area that is basically just rows of headstones. So it's not like there's a lot of structures that you'd be able to hide behind anyway. So you can just imagine the grid is just like a wide open kind of sandy area. And then have you guys all rolled your initiative?
Yeah.
I got four people in here. Who were we missing? Oh, there are only 4 of you, aren't there?
Yeah, because Andy's not there.
Because Andy is not there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Smoking the weed. Or worse.
Or worse. So these guys have 6, 22. So add turn. Add turn 19. What else did I get? I got a 6 and a 12. All right. This one can have 6. And then this one down here can have a 12. We go into descending order. So, as that fiery hand reaches out towards you, Sylvester, it is going to cast Firebolt at you. And I believe a 9 is probably going to miss.
Yes, it is.
So as this creature, this quasi almost genie looking creature with this almost elemental element to it, this one seemingly wreathed in fire, steps out from behind the mausoleum, and a number of its companions step out as well. It raises its fiery arm and reaches out towards you, fires off a firebolt that you're able to dodge out of the way. As that's happening, there is another large figure. It would be this big guy here, who also reaches out this dark, shadowy hand. Actually, this guy is going to levitate off the ground. And as it reaches out its hand, you see this sparkling lightning coming from it. And as he floats up and flies towards you, he doesn't quite make it towards you. But you see this hand reaching out, this lightning hand reaching out. Oh, Beadham's not here. I think that's what people said before. And I just didn't listen to it at all. So that would be towards Cutter. It levitates off the ground, sparkling with lightning on its hands, racing across the ground towards you. And Sylvester, you are up.
So I'm going to say we just came to talk, and I'm going to ready a spell that I will release as soon as any of them make another attack.
Cutter, what are you going to do? As this large figure, the largest of the four, this kind of black turban on, this gray skin, now glowing blue, these pointy teeth and red glowing eyes, this large smile, crackling lightning as its hands races towards you. What are you doing?
So he's running at me or floating toward me, right?
He levitated off the ground and is flying towards you.
Okay. I'm going to run forward, hop up on a headstone, leap off, draw my sword, come down with an attack. If I can reach him.
So you are 5, 10, 15.
Okay,
Yeah,
so the
5,
grid is accurate?
Yeah, you're 20 feet away. Yeah, the grid is accurate. Don't worry about what's behind it. It's just sand.
Got it.
It's sand and
Okay.
headstones, and sure, there's a headstone there. You leap off of it as it's racing towards you, pulling your sword as you go, strike down as you land. Go ahead and roll me that.
Which actually, I get disadvantage, right?
Because
On attack
it
rolls.
is the sun, and you are definitely in a wide open area.
Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. 12. I'm gonna bless it.
Okay.
So 14.
14 is not gonna quite do it. As you leap off the headstone, your foot kind of catches just a little bit on some dry, just like crumbled dirt and stone on the top, and you don't quite get the jump you want. And the creature is actually able to dodge you just in time as your blade slashes next to it. You're now right face to face with these crackling hands of this floating creature. Victor, as you see this happen, the firebolt go off. Oh,
I was gonna say I was gonna disengage and just take any kind of close, as much cover as I can behind one of these headstones.
absolutely.
The
Yeah.
nearest one.
You,
So I'm gonna do that.
there's not a whole lot of cover for a headstone. There's all of you
Okay.
stick out, maybe a little bit, maybe partial cover, but you would need to really be like pretty much like scrunched down. How far did you want to disengage? I think you had an additional 10 feet
Yeah. So I'll just move back here.
back towards the group. Okay.
Yeah.
So you leap forward, jump off this headstone. Looks pretty cool, but it's able to dodge out of the way. And as it kind of swings an arm towards you, the lightning still racing on his fingertips, you basically just roll backwards across the dirt, push back, and still crouched, not prone, just crouched, are now kind of like ducked behind a headstone. Victor, you see all this unfold in front of you. The firebolt go off, Cutter race forward into melee, and then retreat quickly. What are you doing?
And so Victor still kind of has a little bit of the smell of the raw camel meat on him, which reminded him of kind of eating horses back on the plains, the Ruthenian plain. And he screams out, "Moi brotia," screaming my brothers. And he kind of waves his arm out. And he's going to do just a straight line of stun stampede on the one that just attacked Cutter. And then the one that's kind of like, so he's going to line it up. Let me throw the line on here.
Towards
like
the top
it's like
two?
this. Yeah, these two guys,
Gotcha.
like that purple line. They're gonna need to make a dexterity saving throw. 16 is the DC. I'll go ahead and throw it up there in the. Let me cast it here. Boom. And then what I'd like to do is if it's, I don't know if this is considered an attack, but if it is, I'd like to do that blue card and lay the max damage on these dudes. If they fail, or if they succeed, I would hope I could still do the half max,
Well, so you can't do half max. You're gonna, if they succeed, you'll do, I don't even know how you would play
'Cause it's
that.
like
You get max damage on an attack.
Yeah. So the thing is, if they fail, they'll take 60-10, so they'll take 60 points damage plus be prone. And then I'm assuming if they pass, they're not prone, but they'll take 30 damage.
I'll work with that. We could do that.
Cool.
I'll use your blue card for that. So you're just
Awesome.
gonna hit the 2. You're not gonna angle it down to hit 3.
I can't because I wanted to do that, but you have to cast it within 30 feet of you. And it's too metagaming to have him move up there and do that. Like, I think he would have seen Cutter do his thing and he'd lay his
Yeah, but I
brothers,
mean,
right
so I don't like metagaming, but
Okay.
you're aware of what your spell does and how the spell works. Like you would
Okay.
be.
Well, then,
And,
okay,
and
then what I
again,
would
these are 5 feet squares. You could literally
Yeah.
even just like
Yeah.
go like that, and like
Yeah.
race over and like cast it out if you want.
Okay, then if
Um,
I'm allowed to do that, what I would like to do then, because my original idea was kind of come like, here, let's put the grid on it, to basically bring him this way and sweep up this way, like just like bowling pins. Because it's
Sure,
like,
absolutely.
Cool.
Again, yeah, you're aware of the way your spells work. You're allowed to know how they
Awesome.
work and use them well. Yeah.
okay, yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do basically is get to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, lay it like right here, and then the horses are gonna stampede these guys.
Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely. So you race forward, and what do you yell out?
So it's moi brotia, which is Kariv for my brothers.
And this sudden just fey burst of just stampede of wild horses erupts from out of the desert sands and races across these three like elemental ghoul looking creatures, and they need to make dexterity saving throw, you said?
Yeah, against DC 16.
Okay. So we'll start with the one at the top. This one up here. That will be Success on that one.
Okay.
The next one, the fiery one, is a hard fail. And then the kind of whitish bluish one succeeds as well. So
Okay.
the only one that fails completely is Fireboy.
Okay.
But it looks like Icy Chick and kind of dead looking lady, they pass and are able to mostly dodge out of the way of the stampede itself. They still get kind of buffeted as the horses run by, but maintain their feet. But the fiery looking creature is just completely trampled by these fey horses as it's kind of summoning another firebolt, and is now on the ground kind of trampled. And you do
Awesome.
max damage to all of this. So you're saying that this guy takes 60 points of damage.
Yeah, so the redhead takes 60 and the other two that pass take 30 each.
Gotcha. Yeah, he instantly looks bloodied by this attack. It's still not on its feet. He's prone. He still exists in some capacity, but looks incredibly injured by this sudden stampede.
Awesome.
And the other two clearly, take some damage as well. Are you doing anything else?
I'm pretty sure I've done my movement. I don't really have a bonus I can do, so I'm going to kind of hold my ground and try to protect Sylvester and Dariana.
Gotcha. As you do that, this creature who had been buffeted by the horses but not dropped down kind of pulls its claws out and snarls towards you and is going to lift off the ground and race towards you.
Okay.
And as she comes in close to you, she is going to make 2 slashes with these claws. They're kind of wreathed what looks like in ice almost.
This is where I could will the shield work against both of them as a reaction?
The shield works. The shield works for until the beginning of your next turn.
Okay, so as a reaction, the shield goes up.
Okay. So one of your shields is gone. Let me do that real quick. Matt, shield settings. Oh, so that's your only shield. So you are done on shields.
I think I might have gotten one today, also though, from Janelle.
Did you have one?
Yeah, I had one back in the day that I haven't used yet.
Gotcha. Maybe I just missed to add that. So you'll still have the one. All right. So 2 of these attacks on you with these kind of like ice-coated claws are gonna do. I saw it and then forgot it. Ooh. So first attack will miss you regardless of your shield. And second attack, I believe because of your shield would miss. What is your base AC?
Yeah, my base was 19.
19. So yeah, so this misses. So the first one actually it completely whiffs as it's racing towards you. Instinctively, you dodge back, regardless of the shield. And the first claw just slashes in front of you. The second one actually hits the shield and scrapes across it. You hear this like kind of squeal as these icy fingernails dig across this magical shield that just bursts up in front of you. And the thing just snarls at you from the other side of the shield.
So,
Dariana.
quick question. Wait. Because I had a readied spell for when they attacked.
Sure, so that's an attack. Yeah. What was the spell that you readied?
Hold monster.
Okay.
Nice.
And I wanted to do it on the blue one that's closest to Cutter.
Nice.
Want me to
Big
display
Daddy.
it?
So yeah, display it for me, please.
Oh, shit. This might be a bad call. Actually, now that I read it. Do I know that they're undead?
You get the sense.
All right.
Well, I mean, they were at a pretty far distance when you originally cast the kind of thing. But so it's already cast. So it does release as it comes close. The spell is spent. but it does kind of dissipate against this creature. And as it's closer and as you see it more clearly and as you kind of get that confirmation, since the spell seemed to have had no effect, you kind of now get the sense that they are most likely undead. There's also, I think just for your future reference, the difference between hold person and hold monster is hold person is on humanoids, so this would be a hold person situation, and monster is like non-humanoid creature, so like Sigil would be like hold monster. So if it's humanoid, basically 2 legs, 2 arms, standing upright, it would be a hold person spell. So regardless, this spell dissipates against the undead nature of whatever this creature appears to be. Dariana, as you see this happening and you see these, again, like almost genie-like elemental undead creatures working their way around these tombstones, what are you doing?
I am going to cast a firebolt, and I'm going to twin it, and I'm going to cast it at the big guy, and then the blue one by Victor.
So the 2 closest.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Let's see.
Oh,
Damn.
crit.
Dang, son.
Which one was that on first?
I guess the first one I mentioned, the big one.
Big guy? Okay, so you crit the big guy. Do you want to do your... that's the one that hasn't even taken any damage yet. The one that had dove in on Cutter. And when you twin, you need to roll 2 attacks, right? So 2 different targets. Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and roll the second one, and then we'll do damage on those.
And I'm gonna bless it.
Okay.
Because I have it.
There we go, baby.
So 18.
An 18 will hit.
Cool. Okay. And then...
So is this for the crit?
Yes.
So you automatically get 30 points of damage. And then you get an additional 14 points of damage for your firebolt roll. So you actually, as you twin this spell, you get this sudden surge of power in you. And the firebolt that, kind of erupts from your left hand actually grows in size as you let it go and almost pushes you as it fires towards this guy. And as it's still kind of reeling from the dodging Cutter, looks towards you at the last second, and this smashes across him, and he takes 44 points of damage from this firebolt. The second one, after you release that, you kind of just cast it towards her, and she takes 20 points of damage.
Boom.
As she also is still kind of scraping at this shield in front of her from Victor before this firebolt just blasts across the side of her head. But let me rephrase that. She seems less affected than you would think from the firebolt. A little singed, but looks towards you. And when you look back towards Lightning Boy, in the same way, he seems less affected by that fire spell than you thought he was originally hit. Okay. As the smoke clears, it doesn't seem to do as much damage as you felt from the force of that blast.
Okay, I'm gonna take several steps backwards.
Okay.
That many.
This one in the back here, this kind of greenish one, it begins to cackle as she kind of races forward in with her towards you. Again, she's also floating, and she is actually going to disregard the targets that have already been attacked, and look directly towards Sylvester with this like wicked smile on her face and this large tongue that kind of like lolls out as she's moving through. And she is going to reach out a hand. And you see this skeletal arm extend from hers and reach towards you to grab at your throat. Just want to see if it is a range spell attack. Okay. That is a... That is an 8 to hit you, which I can only imagine misses. So as the skeletal arm is reaching out towards you, you're able to just
slap it out of my face.
Just slap it out of the way. The hand is reaching, and you're just like right out of the way, and the skeletal arm, as it kind of just brushes right past you, just dissipates, and the thing snarls as it looks at you again. Did you mean to do that, Ariana?
No, I wrote JK.
Oh,
That was an accidental
I see
click.
the JK. I accidentally drop a bag of dice. No worries. So then this fiery boy is gonna stand up, actually just float up off the ground, and only move 15 feet because he rose up from prone, and is also going to yeah, it's gonna do that. Uh, 20-foot sphere. Interesting. So what is a 20-foot sphere, and where can it hit all of you? 20-foot sphere, is that 20 feet completely across, or 20 feet from the target and around? Oh, 20-foot radius.
Radius.
No, it's a 20-foot radius. So it's a big ol' section, right? So if I target
40.
it here, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. So I think I can put it in a spot that'll hit you 3, but not Victor. If I center it correctly, right there. So it is just shrieking mad from this Fey stampede that just, it's crushed it. It looks like a skinny, pissed off, like heat miser. And you see it gathering this energy in its hand. And it brings it down into this tiny little red point that it's going to flick out. And it just, and a fireball erupts in the desert sand. And I need
Deck save, isn't it?
I need deck saves from all of you.
Okay, I'll only take half damage on a deck save.
22.
Or no damage. Okay. I'll bless this baby.
Same.
I'm gonna bless it just because I got a lot.
Disrespectful not to spend them.
So 19.
It is. Did everybody spend a bless?
I did not. I got a 22. Didn't seem necessary.
Gotcha. Jason.
Oh,
you
wait, is
spent
that
a
an
bless?
Funny then? What'd I roll?
No. It'll be green or red on the board if you roll
Yeah,
a nat.
oh, yeah,
either
I'm
way.
plus
It's
3.
all, yeah. So
Okay.
all 3 of you successfully save. But that does not stop you from taking half damage. At least 2 of you. I think Cutter. If you succeed,
I take none.
So
right.
as this fireball strikes that headstone that you're kind of hiding behind, you actually spin yourself around it as the fire is spreading across the desert sand, and are able to squish yourself down and huddle behind it enough that all you hear is the roar as the fire rages past you. Your clothing is singed a little bit, but you seem unaffected by the flame. You two, just want to see if I got red cards that I can use against you.
I do.
Jason. No. Oh, Eric, here we go.
Yeah.
You're just going to auto-fail that, actually.
Okay.
Eric,
Sweet.
you love those, though.
Well, sometimes.
Love is a strong.
Auto fail on a
and-
fireball sucks.
And actually, Jess, I'm going to go ahead and use this against you
So I
now
have no
as
red
well.
cards now, though.
You have no red card, neither does Jess. As the fireball goes off, you actually see all 4 of these creatures swivel their eyes at you and
Okay.
seem to focus in solely on you.
Cool.
Hey, thank you so much, Bardic Dice. Jess and Jason made all of our filters. So the red card on you is gone. The red card on Dariana is gone. You are going to fail and take the total of the, let's see what, so you get 8d6 damage. So that'd be 31 points of damage for you, Eric, or for you, Sylvester, as you are caught in the full blast of this flame, unable to dodge between the headstones fast enough to evade this erupting fireball. And Dariana, you take 15 points of damage as you two are able to kind of tuck behind, reaching towards a mausoleum, but don't get the whole way around as the flame actually rolls around the side and catches you as well. Oh, we got Evan Blair in here too. Love your art, man. L2's rated into you a couple of times, and it's great stuff. Thank you so much for being here. As we get back towards the top, he was the first turn. Bardic Dice, real quick, the party is in the Southlands city of Seawall. They are an evil bunch that is currently trying to figure out a way to work their way into the Ghoul Imperium and are trying to find a way to walk amongst the ghouls and survive. They were told that if they speak to the Gravebinders of Seawall, they would be able to help. The Gravebinders told them if they helped them, they would give them a book that could help them walk amongst the dead or something similar. So the party is currently trying to figure out what is plaguing the Grand Necropolis of Seawall that is allowing undead to walk amongst the day, although they were supposed to only be able to walk amongst the night. And being sent this direction by a number of figures within the necropolis, they were suddenly attacked by what appears to be 4 elemental, almost genie-like creatures during the midst of their investigation. And one of these creatures, Victor with another bless. Bless. Settings back to double digits. This one, this kind of lightning coated one, is going to fly in towards Cutter again, angered by missing the last time. And with its kind of lightning coated claws, it's going to take 2 slashes at you. Let's switch this up. Let's try this one.
Yeah.
That music, bro.
We'll rock this a little bit. It's still got a desert vibe to it. It's called Desert of Lost Souls from Kevin MacLeod. And Jess, you're also getting back to are you in single digits now?
Oh, I was
Back up
muted.
to
Thank you.
Oh man, mutes in chat. It is a theme today. It's going to make 2 claw attacks towards you with its lightning-coated claws. And those are... First slash at you is going to be a 10, which I'm positive misses. But the second slash at you is going to be a 15, which I think just hits.
Me? No.
Yeah.
18.
What do you got? 18. Dang. I got to update some of these tokens.
Oh, they're not updated? Okay.
They don't really matter. I don't look at them, and we use the Beyond sheets anyway. So again, as this creature is racing in towards you, you're able to duck behind this headstone, kind of dip and dodge and duck and dive and dip as these claws are just scraping. It actually just destroys the headstone in front of you as this lightning coated claw just blasts it out of the way. Now you getting no coverage from it, but with the second one, you're able to dodge, get out of the way as it races above your head. You feel almost a static shock as it goes by, but don't take any damage as it misses. And then that will be the end of its turn. Let me just check one thing real quick. It is actually going to kind of take a second, and you see this kind of red surge come over the creature. And now, even though it's got this kind of like clearly lightning kind of tinge to all of it, there's this kind of reddish glow on it as well. And Sylvester, you are up. Is the music a good volume? Is it too loud?
I turned it down on my side because it was really loud, but I don't know,
Well,
Chad,
you
how
control
does it
the volume.
sound? Is it too much?
Cool. All right.
Good.
So
How
Sylvester,
do I drop or show you where I want to do something? Is it
you just click on the screen and hold, and it'll ping.
okay? Right there, that box.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
I want to drop Synaptic Static,
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
which is a
Throw that
20
into
20-foot radius.
Drop it.
So
like
it
a
should
fly.
hit all 3 of those over there.
20-foot radius from there, from this box right here.
Yeah. No, one above it.
Okay. Now listen, I'm terrible at math.
5, 10, 15, 20 would go to there.
Is radius halfway across or the whole way across?
Half.
Halfway.
Oh
Diameter
no,
of the
I'm
full.
sorry, 20 foot. It's a sphere, so it should be a. Let me double check here. Did I display it?
I think it's similar to Ryan's spell. though.
20-foot radius
Yeah.
is exactly
Yeah.
the same radius as mine. So
Yeah.
if you put it there,
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, Victor will literally be like just smooching it right on the edge, but
Right.
he will miss. So Synaptic Static, you choose a point within range and cause psychic energy to explode there.
Oh.
Each creature in 20-foot radius centered on that point must make an intelligent saving throw. A creature with an intelligence score of 2 or lower can't be affected. I don't think. A target that takes 8d6 psychic damage. So this is basically a psychic fireball, is what this
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
After a failed save, a target has a muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During that time, it rolls
Yeah.
a d6 and subtracts number rolled from all its attack rolls and ability checks. I also need to remember something.
Is this Midgard?
No.
Oh man, it's baller. Whew.
Let me slap that right on the top so I stop forgetting to do that. All right. So what is your spell save DC?
18.
18 for intelligence. Frick. All right. So we'll start with dead girl at top. She fails.
Mhm.
And then we'll start with Ice Girl. Or not start, continue with Ice Girl. She succeeds. Let me put a color on this one so I remember. We'll go pink. And then Fireboy fails.
All right, so let me roll their damage. So the person who succeeded still takes half,
Half. Right.
but let's do this. So 29 for the two that didn't. And also the two that didn't have to roll a d6, and they're subtracting that from their roll.
So 29 for these two. And they seem fully affected by the power of this spell. So 29 for these two, and half of 29 is 28 is 14 for this one. Okay. And they basically have like an Ultra Bane on all of their, as well as its Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. Interesting. The target can make an intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turns.
Ending the effect.
Ending the effect. Okay, cool. Let me just real quick switch to the GM info layer. Grab some text, blow it up to that size, make it yellow, click on the board and say minus D6 and save.
Oh, and so also to finish my turn, I'm gonna run away. Not far, but
Run away, run away.
run away. I'm just kind of backing up
I love
to,
Sylvester.
oops, to there. That's good.
All right,
and
just so
I have
I
a-
remember all that.
I have a psychic link with Annie, so I'm calling her as well
Okay, all right.
to come join the fun.
Oh, so you're gonna bring Annie forward now?
Yeah.
Are you able to do what? Does that take an action, a bonus action? What?
I didn't dismiss her. She's just on the other side
Oh.
of the thing. So, I'm
So
just
it's
calling
gonna
her.
take. Yeah, it'll take. Fuck, how far from?
What's her flying
God, it's
speed?
like it's like a 45-minute walk. What's her flying speed?
Oh, damn, it's gonna take a while then.
I mean, you could take the time to dismiss her and then call her forward. I just don't know if it's an
I
action.
think that's
or
an
not.
action. Yeah. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. 40 feet are flying. That'll take forever.
Yeah, I mean, if she dashes and it's a 45-minute walk and you reduce that to like 20 minutes for a walk, and then it would take like at least, if she's fucking booking, like 7 to 10 minutes for her to get here. I mean, she can head this way if you want. She probably just won't show up before the combat's over.
Right. Nah, I'll leave her.
Okay. All right. Next up that was you, Sylvester. Cutter.
All right. Let's see. Man, nobody's there for me to do my sweet sneak attack. I'm gonna attack him.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm not so hot unless I have my sneak attack. All right, here we go. Oh no, bless it.
I'll bane it. So you got a total of a 14.
14.
Okay, I'm going to refresh my Roll20 real quick because it was clicking like half an inch to the right of where I was clicking and I couldn't click on any tokens.
Okay.
Thank you, Roll20. So you used a bless, I used a bane. I gotta do more of these banes. That doesn't work on some stuff. That's a bane, and then Jason, you used a bless.
I think I should be at. Did someone buy me another one? I think I should be at 12, right?
You are at 12. Yep.
Okay. I see 14.
And then so that misses.
Okay.
So you slash over top of this as you go by, or as you're there.
And if I take a second attack with my secondary weapon, I just don't get my dex bonus to my damage, right?
You don't have the 2-weapon fighting style, so if you're so if you just want to like poke at him, yeah, that's how 2-weapon fighting, like I guess works.
Okay.
Even though it's called the same thing.
Why not? I have another little dagger. Oh, dang, so close.
Yeah, a 19 will hit.
Okay. By the way, this is my exsanguinating blade that I had gotten a long time ago.
Interesting. Okay.
So I'm guessing I do not count. Well, I don't count my. It's only 1d4 plus 6, so really it's only 1d4, right?
Yeah, it's just 1d4.
Okay.
So you got a 1.
Oh, beautiful.
Perfect. 1 piercing, and then 15 necrotic.
There we go.
Well, yeah. And then I'm going to disengage. I spot Victor across the dusty graveyard, and let's see, what is that? 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. End right there.
Okay. Your blade slashes into this creature, leaving this like black wound behind, but that wound seems to heal very quickly, and it doesn't seem to stab as deep as you think it would.
Interesting.
And Victor, your shield dissipates and you are up.
Yeah. So, real quick, just mechanical question. Because Toll the Dead is a save, can I use it on, like, I know I can twin it, but can I use it on the person that's engaged with me in melee, since it's not technically a spell attack? Like, it's not ranged? Because I want to twin both of these guys right here, but I'm not sure if I can do Toll the Dead on the person that I'm engaged with in combat.
You can, and even if it's a ranged spell, you're not doing a spell attack, so there's nothing to cause disadvantage to.
Perfect.
So
okay. That's
even
what I
if
thought.
it would, it doesn't mechanically. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So what Victor would like to do first is he's gonna he kind of waved his hand the first way to kind of call out his brothers. Then he waves his hand kind of the second way, and kind of a black kind of not smoke, but kind of like just a black swirling, I guess, necrotic energy comes from his fingers, and then he twins a Toll the Dead, since these guys are like 5 feet away from each other across that grid.
These guys are 10 feet away from each other, and twinning is a sorcerer thing. I think you mean using your Reaper, right?
Reaper, yeah, I'm sorry, Reaper. Oh, I thought they could be like on either side of a grid. So they have to be literally.
No, they need to be within 5 feet. They need to be next to each other.
Gotcha.
Within 5 feet of each other. If I'm not just making that up, I believe it says within 5 feet.
I'll go with it. You've been so generous tonight. Well, I tell you what I'm gonna do then. I'm just gonna go ahead and slap Decay on the blue biatch that's like right in front of me, because that'll just be more fun. Anyways.
Okay.
So Decay is, here we go. Boom, there we go. So he slaps Decay, and then I'm hoping 22 is a hit.
22 will in fact hit.
Okay, and so then he drops 13. Oh man, that's not very good. 13 points of necrotic damage, but then he adds Chernobog's Touch to it. which I'm pretty sure at this point is a lot. It's like 29 points of damage. So
What is it? Twice your level, plus
Yeah.
5 or something like that.
yeah. So here I'll cast it up in the beyond 20.
Does all your necrotic damage ignore
It's-
resistances?
Correct, because I have that inescapable destruction.
Okay.
Yeah. So he puts he does 13 necrotic, inescapable, and then slaps another 29 on it, inescapable.
So 29 and 13 is 39.
42.
42.
Yes,
The
sir.
answer to life, the universe, and everything. Got it.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, it's perfect.
That's all.
So that's his action. Is she down?
No.
I've run over. No. Okay. And then so right behind her, then, as kind of happens to people that get in close with him, a spiritual weapon pops up. Right here.
Is decay a bonus?
It's a
action?
cantrip. It's a cantrip. So
Decay
the
is a
spiritual
cantrip.
Yeah, spiritual weapon is the bonus action. Decay is the cantrip.
Interesting. That's a strong cantrip.
It is Midgard. Thank you, Wolfgang Bauer. We love you.
All right. So your spiritual weapon. Let me
Right there.
find.
And it's that Rothanian
Tokens.
Warhammer. So after he kind of bitch slaps her with decay, then this Rothanian Warhammer kind of materializes that same kind of black necrotic looking energy, although it's a force weapon. I'm going to cast it at a high enough level it's going to do 2d8, so I think I got to do it at 4th to do that. Yeah. So let me put that in there.
And where would you like it to be? Right here.
So right in between the two that I thought were 5 feet away. So yeah, there. And let me go ahead and put that up in there. Okay. There we go. 20. And then does 13 points of force damage on them. On her, from behind. So she takes all the damage initially from the front slap, and then she takes 13 more kind of back of the head.
Gotcha. All right. So as she is this decay, this hand reaches out, touches her, and then has this extra charge of Turnabog's touch. Suddenly, this Warhammer appears behind her and just crushes her skull in.
Oh, yes.
And this icy burst happens. But in addition to that icy burst, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Cool. And this is where I might be able to use that thing that you gave me. So can I slap the advantage on it if I fail? Is that kind of a thing? The death defying?
Yeah,
gift?
advantage is always as long as I don't tell you it fails first.
Okay. So what's the save again?
It's Constitution.
Con. There we go.
Oh, and you used your blue card, correct? You did.
I used my
maximum
blue
damage.
card. Yeah. The death defying is different though, right? Yeah. And so I'm gonna hopefully not have to use death defying gift, but here we go.
So you're gonna use your death defying gift if you fail this.
If
Gotcha.
I fail, yep. Come on, baby. There we go.
Oh no, you succeed. So, as this creature explodes in ice, you see this noxious gas, this smoke, also burst forward as it just dissipates into nothingness, and that you're able to see that noxious smoke in the explosion and hold your breath so it doesn't affect you, but it still burns your eyes and you feel it kind of prickling on your skin. And if you would have breathed this in, it would have been a problem. And this creature is it's done deaded.
All right. And I think I've done everything. I've done action, bonus action. Pretty sure I can move now. So I'm gonna. It's gonna sound crazy, but I'm gonna help my guy cut her out. I can go 5, 10.
Sound
15,
crazy?
25. It's so crazy, it just might work. And I'm gonna. I guess if I end my turn there, though, does that give him an opportunity attack? If I enter his space?
Who?
If the redheaded dude, if I roll down on that redheaded guy, does he only get opportunity if I disengage? But if I engage with him but not attack?
So the opportunity attack will happen if you enter his 5-foot space and then
Okay.
leave it.
Okay, so I can go here basically and not start the opportunity attack.
Oh, yep, 100%.
Perfect. Okay, and then that'll give my guy Cutter a chance to do his sneaky goodness.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Dariana,
Yeah,
you are up.
Okay, I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast. And I'm gonna twin it. And I'm gonna cast it at this one and this one. So 3
I'm sorry, which two?
beams. This one. Oop, and this one.
Okay.
So that'd be 3 beams at each if it hits. I don't have to roll for each beam, do I? So 6 beams.
For Eldritch Blast? Yeah.
I believe you
I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every beam is an attack.
Okay, so I'll do the first 3 first.
So it's 3 on one, 3 on the other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Is that a nat 1?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, great.
It
I
is.
see a 1. You
Do
guys
I get
don't
a
see it?
card for that?
It's an attack. It's a spell attack. I will just say you've only rolled 2. Your third beam misses as well.
Can I use my blue card?
What does your blue card do?
It says reroll an attack or a skill check.
Yes, you can in fact use your blue card if you would like to. So you could re-roll that 1 is what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Watch me get another one.
God, I hope you do.
Is that another
dude,
one?
It is. It's
Oh,
another
shit!
one.
Who did that before?
Dang.
Oh
Somebody
my
beat
God!
him.
Somebody
Beat him did that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Somebody-
Andy did that.
It is
Somebody
my
Somebody
night, guys.
Somebody
He's here.
please clip that whole section there, please.
Oh,
It
beat
is
him.
my night. Okay.
That was shroomy goodness.
Okay, let's
I
do.
do think I said so you still your third beam on that guy's gotta definitely miss as well after double ones. So this will be the first attack on the second one.
Okay.
So 1 hit
And
on
then
the
you can
first
do-
one.
Yeah, 1 hit on the first one, and then you can do 2 more on the third one,
Okay.
and then you can just roll your damage.
Oh, there
and
you
you rounded
go.
out with a crit. There you go.
Oh,
So
Jess.
roll
Look at that.
damage once for the first guy.
Okay. It only rolls like 1d10 at a time, so I think I have
What are
to
you
do it.
supposed to be rolling it as?
Oh, then I roll it 3 times. I guess.
No, so my
3
question
beams.
is, what is your Eldritch Blast now?
Oh, 3.
Oh, so each beam is
D10.
still only 1d10? Gotcha. Okay. So the first guy takes 9 points of damage.
Well,
The second one takes 14 points of damage, plus 1 that's a crit. So it'll take d10 plus 1 more roll.
okay.
Another 20 points of damage for the last one. Wow. This, the kind of greenish looking one, the smaller female one, is like struggling on her feet to stay up now. As your first blast hits the first guy, but then the other 2 just kind of shoot off him as he kind of dodges out of the way. But the third one strikes, the second one strikes, and that final one, she's almost rocking on her feet, and its full face just smashes her. And you actually see like her lower jaw kind of cave in a little bit. She's still on her feet, but you can tell she took a massive amount of damage from that.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna step back again. Since they're all staring at me. Maybe a little further, actually. How about there?
It is this one's turn.
Which one?
This one here. And it is going to levitate straight this way. I'll actually probably go that one instead. And it is going to gather this kind of red dot in its hand, similar to what the Fireboy did. And it is going to flick that centered on you.
Oh,
Well, I gotta move the map back. She's way back there.
Yeah, she's running.
She's like out of town.
Yep.
Outside the gates.
So that will be a 19 to hit you.
Yeah.
It has to roll a d6. It failed. So you got to roll a d6 and subtract that.
It even says minus 1d6 right there.
Yep.
Does a 17 still hit you?
Yes.
Sorry.
All right.
Thank you.
So that is going to be. Oh, I think it's still up on the advanced dice roller from the last time. It doesn't matter. 8d6. You're going to take 22 points of damage from this fireball as it erupts centered on you, coating everything around you in flame, burning everything around you to ash, almost turning the sand around you into glass. And that will be its turn.
It can make a save throw now, though, on the synaptic static.
It's going to fail. Fireboy is now also going to immediately
Uh-oh. I'm on the edge of my seat, Ryan. Oh, there
Does
he is.
Victor
Okay.
get an op attack?
So yeah, sorry, I think I froze there. You
Yeah,
get
you
an
did,
opportunity
yeah.
attack as this thing races towards you. Races actually out towards Daryana.
is opportunity attack? It's always melee, so he'll hit with the mace.
1 melee, yep.
Yeah, there you go. Come on, baby. $23. I'm hoping that does it. And then this will be pretty good. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, a 23 I'll hit.
So he's got this crazy thing, right? Where there should be. So we add all this together for 19 because that's that crazy hammer, and then he's got to actually roll for being frightened from me. So they have to roll a DC 15 Wisdom save or be frightened until the end of their next turn.
Fails. It is scare. It is a scare to you.
Cool. And I normally would slap my second Churnerbox touch on him, but I'm pretty sure I'm in the same loop, so I can't use it again, right?
You can't. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So barely still on its feet now as it turned and just ran from Victor. This mace crashed into its back. And it is literally barely stumbling along, but still reaches a hand out towards Daryana. What is the range on this? 60 feet. And it is going to cast Shatter on you.
I'm gonna cast Counterspell.
There we go.
Okay. At what level?
Go ham.
How about 5?
Okay. So as it reaches out with this spell towards you, the spell just dissipates in its hand. And you successfully counterspell it.
Cool.
Nice.
This guy is going to race towards you. And after that kind of red energy had taken it over before, it now pulls another red dot out of the sky, out of the air, just like the other ones had done. And it is going to drop that red dot towards you.
Can I cast another counter spell?
If you want to.
Yeah, I do.
All right.
This one at
What
4th level,
level?
though.
At 4th level. All right. Let me look up the counterspell things. Counterspell is not a thing. One reaction. Oh, you can't.
I can't.
Counterspell's
Okay.
a reaction, and you've already used your reaction this turn.
All right.
Oh, you can't go camp. He's muted.
Oh.
So as you're already basically burnt around all edges, another fireball as this red dot erupts around you, further turning everything into glass, and any headstone, anything that was even within the radius of the last two is just gone. And you take an additional 35 points of fire damage. And at this point, your hair is completely singed. Your clothes are singed, still intact. And you're burnt. You burnt.
Yep.
How are you doing?
Not great.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm still alive.
And all three of them are still eyes focused directly on you. Sylvester, you're up.
All right, so the one closest to Dariana, the blue one, hasn't taken much damage yet, right?
We'll say it's just about bloodied.
Well, here we go. I'm going to cast Insanguiate.
Okay.
So I'll display that.
I see the word engorged. The creature, you cause a creature's body to become engorged with blood or ichor, the whole body, not just part. You target one creature you can see within range. The target must make a Constitution saving throw. If it succeeds, it takes 2d6 bludgeoning. If it fails, it takes 46 bludgeoning, and its hit point maximum is reduced by amount equal to the damage taken. And it's incapacitated and cannot breathe as it vomits up torrents of blood. Gotcha.
I like the sound of that.
Well, yeah, I thought you would.
That's a fun one.
He's coming for you, so I
so-
figured it was appropriate.
So you said it's a Constitution, correct?
Con, yeah. 18.
All right. Ooh, it's gonna fail miserably.
Yep. So 46. So it's taking 17 and it's incapacitated.
Minus
Cool.
17. So as it's still racing towards you, it suddenly doubles over and begins just vomiting blood out of its mouth, just torrents, just from everything inside it. You see it just like, and just all the inside start pouring. Blood starts pouring out its ears. Blood starts pouring out its eyes, and it continues to just heave these puddles of blood all over the ground.
As the smoke clears from my hair, you see a hint of a smile.
Oh.
Nice.
Sylvester, are you doing anything else?
Nope.
All right, Cutter, you're
right
up.
where I'm at.
All right. I guess I'm just gonna go to this fellow and attack.
Okay.
Where is my D&D Beyond? Where did it go? Sorry, I must have closed it. A sec. All right, here we go. Man, and now one. God
You
damn it.
crit failed.
Uh-oh. Bless it.
I crit failed.
Oh, I
Correct.
guess
Well,
you can't.
you could
Never mind.
bless it, but you're still gonna crit fail.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna hit this guy anyway. All right, I'm gonna use
Yeah,
my
so-
dagger and then attack. Oh, go ahead. Do I need to do something?
Okay. You're just gonna have disadvantage on this attack.
Okay.
as your crit fail kind of knocks you off of.
Oh,
There we go.
Yeah. So
Kept
you
you from
still
critting.
hit as this thing starts running past you. I think the crit was the second roll anyway. But so yeah, you pierce in with the dagger. And is that an auto 15 or is that just your second 15 in a row?
it's the second one.
Uh,
3, 8, 4.
It says
It's a 3 and an 8 and a 4.
3d10.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's awesome.
Shit.
It's exsanguinating.
I didn't realize that. I should have been using it a long time
Dude,
ago.
I've been
Yeah, but
selling-
I don't get my bonus. I only get my 1. Same
Yeah.
exact roll.
Yeah.
regardless, even with its resistance to necrotic, as you swing with a rapier and it like ducks down, basically like it's flying, so it basically just levels out. Superman's down. As it's shooting past you underneath your rapier, even off balance, you're able to take that exsanguinating blade, lift it up, and as it shoots by, stab it right in the back and drive it down to the ground. And as you do, you see this blackness enfold the wound, and then blood just start pouring out from it. It immediately
Oh,
just
yeah.
into a fiery blast of smoke and flames. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, okay. Probably gonna bless it.
Oh,
No, I'm good.
got it, baby. It's that
You
Derek.
don't really breathe anyway, so that noxious smoke, you are unaffected by it.
What kind of
Um,
what kind of, just out of curiosity, what kind of damage is that?
I don't know if I know.
Because I have necrotic, poison, I have half damage on saving throw. I mean, I saved anyway, but
You'll find out when somebody fails. Victor, you are up.
All right, so Victor, do I have control over the hammer?
You will in 1 second.
Thank you.
Controlled by Victor. It is yours.
Spasiba. So 5, it looks like when I measured out 5, 10, 15, 20 can get me right to here.
Sure.
Boom. Bonus action. Going to take a swing at him with the Rothenian Warhammer. It's kind of leaving a little bit of trail of black.
so you're
necrotic
basically
energy.
like evil Thor, right?
Well, this not totally, because Thor is a real hammer, Mjolnir. This one is more of floating, like necrotic spiritual.
Got
healing.
it.
Yeah. So we got here. Boom. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and use up my inspiration, which will give me advantage on
Yeah,
this
let's
whole
just
roll.
clear the board.
Let's use it all. Go ham like Jess did. I loved it.
Go ham. Get some go hams in the chat.
Do we get it? There we go. Boom.
All right, boom. Hits with the 20.
And then so the damage is 21, and I'm gonna see if he's still
Now-
alive.
So you get the one side is a one-handed attack, the other side is a two-handed attack, and then 2 is your 1d8.
Oh, I got you. But I have 2d8 though, because I cast it at a higher level.
Oh, is
I
that
think-
why it's
So
coming?
yeah,
out
I
that
think the
way?
first one, because I cast it at 4th level. So I think the first one is the level plus my wisdom. I thought my wisdom was +4. Yeah, it's actually not even calculating. It right.
we need to figure out how this isn't incorrectly, because it's
Yeah.
it's a 1d8 bludgeoning one-handed, but it rolls it as a second two-handed, but then you also have your divine strike attached to
Oh,
it
do you know why?
because
I
you're
hit-
rolling
I
your
hit the
actual
wrong-
warhammer,
I hit the
not
wrong
spiritual
button.
weapon.
That's why.
Yeah.
Shit. Sorry. I'm
All right.
pretty sure I have the same. I actually have a better attack. I have +8 with the other one.
Yeah, so like the look of spiritual weapon kind of is just the look. The damage is just damage. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. So let me go ahead. I'll just hit damage on it real quick. Sorry about that.
You know, worries.
Spiritual weapon. Boom. Okay. Yeah, so that makes more sense. 2d4 plus 4 is 12. And is it still standing?
So we're still not quite there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, 2d8 plus 4. Yeah. That does make some more sense. So 12
Yeah.
damage on this one. Actually, it had exactly 12 left.
Nice. Awesome.
So as it is also flying towards Dariana, this hammer comes flying after it and just crushes its skull, similar to the other one. The blood's still actually dripping from the previous one. Well, like the ice and goo and stuff.
Right on.
But it is struck out of the air.
And then Victor himself is going to move like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, kind of by Cutter. And then he's going to drop Toll the Dead on the big blue boy.
Until the Dead's a cantrip.
Is a cantrip. And I didn't
Okay.
cast, that was just a bonus action because I cast the spiritual weapon last time.
Right.
Here we
Okay.
go.
Yep, cantrip. Go ahead
Toll
and
the
drop it.
Dead.
Is it a save?
It's a wisdom save 16, and I'll slap it up in.
That's fine. 15 just fails. Go ahead and roll the D12.
Awesome. There we go. Yeah, so this one is crazy, right? Because he gets. I'm just gonna roll it. It says 3d8 in there, but he should get 3d12. I'll just roll it right up. There we go. Boom. And it's inescapable.
All right. Looking rough, still solidly floating.
Oh,
But are you done?
yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, Dariana, you're up. It seems that there is one of these creatures left, and it is still intent on you.
Is he still incapacitated?
Oh yeah, I guess he is. So I believe that'll be a if you hit, it'll be an auto crit, and I think you have advantage
He is
on the hit
incapacitated.
regardless. So no, incapacitated just means it can't take actions or reactions. That's it.
Does that mean he has disadvantage?
Actually-
No, it just means that it can't take any actions or reactions.
Okay.
But he's not paralyzed or petrified, so
Okay, well, I'm feeling pretty rough, so I'm just gonna like go ham.
go ham. Go ham.
And I'm casting that
Oh,
with heightened spell. So spells, or let's see, saving throw is at disadvantage.
Okay.
Not ideal.
There we go.
Yeah. Just describe how you literally, like, it bursts into this noxious smoke. No one's close enough to really care. But describe how you end this.
I think I'm probably gonna like scream and like just shoot it at him, and it's red and sparkly and just
Gotcha.
disintegrates the
So
shit out
as
of
this fireball just completely envelops you, at this point you're basically just blackened by all of the smoke and the flames. All of your clothes are completely ruined, singed, burned, barely holding on. Your hair, you've lost inches of it from the singe. You're standing there surrounded by smoke and just glass where all these fireballs have gone off. And when the smoke finally clears and you see one left standing, you just scream, reaching out, and this glittering red beam races towards this creature, and literally it just evaporates, even to the point that the poisonous, noxious smoke doesn't emerge from it. It's just this explosion of this red sparkly energy as it just completely disintegrates this creature out of existence.
Nice.
good.
And that's where we'll end our
Good.
session for this evening.
And as the smoke clears and Victor loves strength, he's gonna reach out though and cast heal on Dariana just to make sure that he's not sure if she's alive or dead. Kind of.
Write that down.
Okay,
We'll pick
got
up
it.
with that next session.
Got it.
So, yeah, please join us next week. Let me get to our outro, and we'll look at maybe a raid. Level up if they leveled. You did not level. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, Amerisun, for the gift subs and for all the bits. Thank you, Sursa
Yeah.
Victory. Could we get a Sursa in chat and a whole bunch of Sursa emotes for
Heck
all of the
yeah.
bits? for hitting
For the birthday
50K
boy.
bit badge, yeah, that we still
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to make. And happy birthday to Sursa early for this weekend. Wonderful content creator, friend of the community, friend to me, friend to all of us. Please go check him out. You can also check out our Discord server. If you could drop Discord in there. Sursa has his own channel within our server where he drops a lot of content that he's working on, and it's always a pleasure to see. And a lot of that battle could have gone worse for Dariana if I remember that red card from the beginning, but all of those attacks aimed directly at you were the red card that Sursa bestowed upon you, that all enemies in the next combat will focus solely on you. So that is the culmination of that red card. Could we please also get a shout out to Jason? Please check him out. He does stream. Look at his Instagram as well, and follow his YouTube. He does the 1,000 words, which are really interesting. Please go check those out. Also, if you want to drop just the socials, that will be our link tree. Jason wrote, and I believe Jess edited, Forged of Ice and Blood, which is a story about the character Thrubadorn, who is a fallen friend of ours in the community. The proceeds from this will always go towards his family, so please go check it out. Also, it's just an awesome book. So that link is in our link tree. If you want to drop exclamation point website as well, that is a link to our website, which is curated and controlled and amazingly made by Janelle, our Sisla22, who is in our Theros games on Monday and our Mork board game, which is starting tomorrow. Can we get a sketch risk in the chat too? If you'd like the art that is displayed on our BRB screen and in our rotating thing that is done by Sketchrisk, please go check him out. What else? Soon, Theros will return on Mondays. We are taking a hiatus between arcs. But yes, tomorrow, Jason.
Yes, tomorrow is the debut of Merkborg. If you don't know what Merkborg is, let's see if my book allows me to, or my screen. No, it won't let me. There it goes. So it is a doom metal album of an RPG. It's an OSR game set in a dying world. We did the session 0 last week. If you didn't make that, it's on the VOD, it's on the YouTube. But tomorrow we are kicking off episode 1 of Graves Left Wanting. So Ryan will be there. So if you want to see him die, show up. Jess will be there. Janelle will be there, as well as Ducky will be there.
Oh yeah,
His
can we get a Ducky
debut
in
on
chat
the
as well?
Adventure Archive. What was that?
Can we get a Ducky in the chat? Not you. I'll do it because you're
Yeah,
talking.
we can get a Ducky.
Yeah. There we go, Ducky.
So it's going to be a evil good time. We'll be running on the Foundry system. So if you're interested in checking out what that looks like, or you know what you can do with that, it will be featured. So looking forward to seeing all of you there tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Pacific.
7 time works.
And yeah,
7
we got a
time.
new channel as well from Merkborg. So we'll be just like Theros, just like Dark Kingdoms. We'll be posting relevant content there. So. That is all.
Thank you all so much for being here. Like I said, tune in. Like we all just said, tune in tomorrow for Morkborg. It's gonna. I can't tell you how excited I am to be a player and to just play freaking Morkborg. And Jason, the layout and Foundry and everything just looks fucking amazing. So please come check that out. Check us out again next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I guess it's what it's called now.
Daylight time.
And we're going to raid. So we're gonna raid Crit Fail Academy, which is another D&D stream. But stick around with us. We will go to our ending screen. We have some credits that roll that just thanks the community more, especially all the people I'm sure that I forgot for all the bits and subs and everything. Marison, I know Steph, L2, Janelle, Sursa, everybody. Again, great session tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Come join us again next week, and make sure you're here tomorrow. And have a wonderful evening, everybody.
Oh, thank you for the follow. Good night, everybody.